expert to stroll in and work out how he wanted to finish it off. It's going to be a big job for Cody Curd to try and stop Jacob Wiedering from setting play up, intercept marking and rebounding. He's just got to work hard to compete, and on that occasion found a way to bring it to ground.
Good forward planning for Logan Morris. Go for a Kylie Song Curry favour this far out, just in case.
First goal took 15 minutes to register. Bailey and Chera. Neil's hands, always creative, so too Ashcroft.
Here we go.
Adventurous and ambitious it was to dunk. He allows Wilson in, but
Hello.
for the Lions.
We bring the
Coming this way.
chat up.
Fresh from 22 goals last week. 3 players kicking 4 goals each. An offensive force. Draper tries to put it out in front of Rayner. And then Reveal barely needed to have a glance. He had it on the boot. Quick smart. He misses, so that's 4 shots for only 1 return.
That looked like a set play from the stoppage. You could see Rayner got on his bike and Draper just tried to get the big thumb forward, and it was Reveal in support of Rayner who ended up getting the shot for goal.
Play on.
Sussard goes bouncing out of the goal square again. Sets it long for Carroll. Levi Ashcroft couldn't do much about it. Carroll did the early body work well. Just put a bit too much air in it for McGovern. So ground ball to be won. McGovern kept it the Blues side of things. Smith twice successfully the second time. Dean, Smith, the future right there. Dabs it forward. Coleman made the spoil on Williams, who came up and drew the high tackle. Howley choose to use it. Pump it in. They've got 2-on-1 here, the Blues, and Hayward in front, able to mark.
Now, this is a huge shot at goal for Carlton.
What's up, everybody? Quick little intro video.
Forward 50, and Will Hayward hasn't had a big season so far. Needs to convert this one.
Just the 3 goals thus far. He's going to convert here. Hayward gets the Blues first. Gives them cause to cheer.
There's nothing they didn't deserve, the Blues. They've started pretty well. They've been able to move the ball forward. 7 inside 50s to Brisbane's 9. So getting their share of territory, they just haven't been able to land that killer punch when they get there. But it was really good vision from Williams going forward. As you called it, Jared, he had the 2-on-1. He saw it, kicked to the advantage of Hayward. And then it's up to Hayward to finish it off, and he does that. You see Hayward just dropping back in here. Leicester trying to cut off the lead, not pushing back perhaps as hard as he could have. In the end, it became almost an uncontested mark.
No lack of experience in this Carlton team. Both teams have 7 players over the age of 30. Oh, what about that for a thump from Draper? Well anticipated by Holland. So Harry having a run up on the ball. Wilson stripped on Ashcroft. And in a flash, it's back in the hands of Logan Morris. Doesn't mark with the same authority as we're accustomed to, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, how quickly he can turn around. They had hands on it, the Blues. Then all of a sudden, the pressure turns over.
He didn't have it.
Bowman on Wilson puts the pressure on, the ball spills out, and it's one quick kick, shot for goal.
He was off to a flyer last week, ended up with 4 goals, 3, kicked 3 before half-time. He's already kicked the opener tonight. Logan Morris turns 21 on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, so young.
And wouldn't he love a birthday batch of goals at the Gabba to celebrate the weekend long?
Must be a match
rapidly developing as a complete forward. Not overly big, not overly powerful, but just manages to find the space that he's created with his leading work, and he just converts his opportunities. He's a very, very exciting player for the future of this footy club.
Yeah, and at least on that occasion, even though he got beaten, I prefer Wiedering on Logan Morris. I think he's the most dangerous forward. You've got to put your best defender on him. He just got lost on the lead, unfortunately. He was playing a few metres off him. He's very athletic, Logan Morris, and if he starts to get the radar on with the kicking boots, look out.
I just saw an example of what that midfield will do if there's an unpressured turnover, basically.
Mackay's time in the ruck was brief. Pitnet knocks it out the side. Levi came into Will, who works it on to Neil, sidesteps his way into space, and it's a lovely kick, perfectly weighted, and Bailey couldn't help but mark.
There's another example, just that powerful midfield gets out into space, and the composure of Lockie Neal here, not to bomb kick it or try for something optimistic, just gets around one, identifies the target, and just a nice little 35-metre lace-out pass.
Yo, what's up, man?
7 goals in the past 2 weeks. He is in a rich vein of form. The man most in demand. It just wouldn't hold its line for long enough.
Gotta get some highlights, bro. It's time to do shorts on footy highlights now.
The Lions forwards are just going to continue to lead
How are
up.
you, man?
They're getting good looks at passes coming in under no pressure.
Blues have only been able to lay 6 tackles so far tonight. As we know, that's an area they were lacking in last week. Back to Dean.
If it's a flogging, yeah, I'm alright, mate. Next playing up a
record
bit,
against
but
Brisbane, which was part of, I guess, his compelling
last
case
2
to return
days
to
of
the
new
team.
meds.
33
And
a
then
goal,
if that's no
33
good, I'll be
27
having
in
an
his last
injection.
3 against the Lions, and gets it safely to the captain on the wing. Cripps' kick. It's a 2-on-1 against, and the extra body was provided by
Leicester.
Confident mark.
Grab.
Made amends for the previous.
Quite sure yet.
Yeah.
Really 3 intercept marks. Across that last line to Bailey.
My cousin goes from as well.
3 further afield as well.
Ashcroft.
I actually met Pooter
Carlton can be vulnerable.
when I was at Panda Club.
Well, he ignored a
start.
couple on the wing. Levi Ashcroft to kick it to his brother, and it was a dangerous kick, but they got the free kick.
So Will, he's not quite certain either. Which is a good reflection for Carlton, and it does give them a little opening to sneak in, which Smith did very well to Carroll. Get it back to Smith from the captain. Wasn't quite sure whether he could get the leverage on the kick. He needs a mark, but it's provided by Coleman instead for the Brisbane Lions.
He is warming to his work. Kitty Coleman, and driven for a medal. Draper the same, gives it on to Rayner.
I reckon if it's going to be
the next runner lining up. It's
$10
Bailey.
loss.
He has the bounce through the middle.
Might be it
Checks
for
up
Boss,
the
I
deep
reckon.
targets. Sets it up for Forts. Spills to the back. Morris, another chance. Tried to tap that onto the boot of Dean. Didn't quite get it low enough.
I just saw an example of where Carlton can be opened up from the intercept mark in their forward half, and especially with the potency of the run from Brisbane, they can score from back there.
Lions look to build their lead late in the term. Forwards spills to McCluggage. Just no room to create.
I'm trying to get a deal with the AFL where I can watch it live. It'll be sick. Get the rights. That'll be awesome.
Back at them again. Pitnet fought, took the prime position, got the tap. They were really lurking and looming, weren't they? Florin, I think, happy to feel the contact immediately.
Oh, we had a split second there.
How you gonna
Initially to dispose of it, got the benefit of the doubt, thank goodness.
Can they get themselves organised here? The Carlton defence.
Could be a new thing.
Dangerous loom everywhere you look. With the Ashcrofts from Will to Lee to goal. Yes! We've seen that a few times, I'm sure, in their backyard. And now we see it at the Gabba.
Wow.
Don't you see it from both the Ashcroft
Second last
boys,
med.
both Will at the same end. Will's kicked some amazing goals, and now Levi just dragging that one around beautifully from a congested situation. Forward 50 stoppage. They're so dangerous. When you've got that sort of talent, you can't be affording to give those players any space at all. So just have a look at this. Will gets the ball out to his brother. They are waxing a little bit here. And what Jason Ackermanis would like to call his pocket, Levi just slotted one through beautifully.
Is it an innate understanding, or is it just brotherly love? We see the Dacos brothers do it. We saw the Cracker brothers do it many years ago, and now the Ashcrofts.
That's why he kicked that dangerous kick to him at half.
Yes, I know.
Levi's second goal of the season. Cripps wins the centre clearance for the Blues. Even numbers up front. Andrews gets a hand. When does he not? Hay with the fresh air. He twice.
Remember when I left North Launceston to come over to Adelaide? when I went back down, I met Rod Keogh.
For that
From
powerful
Saints.
Carlton
He
midfield,
was
that was
coaching,
their first centre clearance.
my old team.
4-1 in favour of Brisbane.
Carlton able to turn it back their way. They need to capitalise. Hewitt got buffeted as he kicked by Draper. The umpire says that's fine.
Yeah, it was great pressure from Draper, caused the turnover.
2 Carlton players standing. Interesting. As McCluggage pinpoints Zorko in the middle. And it doesn't take long. They're forward again. McKenna. Rayner backs back to the square.
McKenna.
Charlie, take your pick. Oh, Cameron takes the mark. He probably could have let it go at the end.
Nah, I probably would have
He
bounced back.
secures it. And another Brisbane goal is imminent, and they are racking up at a rapid rate of knots late in the quarter.
I think you got
I
to mark
remember who
that.
else.
I mean, we've seen balls pitch and come back.
No,
with
when
the
I was
bounce
trading
straight
at
up.
Norwood, Primus was
He's
there.
gone 2, 3 and 4 in the last 3 weeks, and he's off and running. His 19th goal of the season, and Brisbane.
Into C6, C7.
Well, Draper's going to get straight out the front here, and the Lions are going in deep again. Cameron at the back. Good fist from Wiedering.
Song was still going.
We've seen that a few times when
Crowd.
actually Charlie Cameron kicks another goal and then the crowd do line up.
And then we've got the Mountain Mummy in. Saar zigging a zag, and then out to half back, and they get beyond there. Pitnet made the contest. Walsh under siege. Jagger Smith most disposals with Patrick Cripps 7 so far.
Wow, it's
Ashcroft
not a
already
usual
had his
Carlton
hands on the
start.
footy 8
Usually they
times.
start
Leicester, as we said, across half back with intercepting 7.
on 5, but they're not
So it's
really
11
doing
to
that.
5. The clearance is in favour of Brisbane at the moment. That's concerned. 5 to 1 out of the middle.
Still have had twice as
Probably the
many
biggest
tackles.
concern. It's
Walshy?
2 goals, 4 from the clearances for Brisbane.
Oh
In the
man,
last minute, as you saw with the
I
side.
had the
McCullough just
MRI
inside,
and
just in front of Lockie Neal. Happy to keep the tempo as being slow.
yeah, I had the MRI and there's
Vital late goal
like
might
bone
be here. They've
spurs
Carlton
and
some heart and some hope.
the nerves
Will
are
Hayward, who's
closed
kicked their
in.
only so far, gets a chance to do it from long range.
And that was they only measured from C7 to C7.
The one-on-one contested mark against Kitty Coleman.
C3 to C7.
The two of them just
I don't even
separate
wanna
from the
know
pack and
what's
have a
going on
jump
the
at the
rest of the
footy.
spine.
Hayward able to take the mark. See that kill for
Yeah,
another
maybe it's the
kick here.
second half.
5-year deal to become a Blue
Hayward's
for the Swans.
taken a couple
His
good
3
marks,
goals before
hasn't he?
tonight coming in separate games, so
Yeah.
hasn't been able to be a multiple goal kicker. To kick 2 in the first quarter would be a fine contribution and one much needed. A lovely kick from Will Hayward.
Come on, Hayward.
Hope for the Blues fans that are here at the Gabba.
Well done, that's clip.
Keeping the
Yeah, good to
faith.
see. Yeah, and great to see for Will Hayward. The confidence hasn't been there this season. Struggled to hit the scoreboard, but that.
All right,
nice
review
snap. Now
time.
Evans here. Just
Hello,
keeps
guys.
Harris
Welcome
Andrews
to
out of
another
that
review.
marking contest, and that is
Dairy milk.
really good play. You've got to keep
Tropical
Harris
pineapple.
Andrews because in that situation, a long ball, he's
Penman's
normally
a
the
bit
one that
close,
drifts
isn't it?
across and spoils, punches it into the grandstand. So well done
Why's
from
the
Evans.
camera
Just
so
put a bit of
close?
a block on and just allow his forward to take that grab.
This is a up close and personal reviews.
The dying seconds of this opening term, Carlton
Back in this way.
able to kick a couple. Brisbane's dominance and the threat that they pose tonight has been evident again. McCarthy has been excellent in his new role in defence. The clock will beat them and deny them a chance of another.
Well done.
Quarter time and Brisbane 4-5-29 lead Carlton 2-3-50.
About
Their
9.2.
dominance over Carlton. They've won 7 of the last 8. It's continuing from what we've seen so far in this first quarter here on Friday Night Footy. We've already had plenty drama in this round 9, and come the end of it, there'll be plenty to look back on as always on Monday night on AFL 360.
I wonder if Dan Curtin will go up to Brisbane.
Thursday night is the grand final rematch.
Brisbane go back to back.
Huh?
3 nights before that, the two coaches go head-to-head on 360. Chris Fagan and Chris Scott. Access on Coaches Night gets no better. Ahead of the Lions and Cats Thursday, it's Fagan and Scott.
Yeah,
See you Monday, AFL 360 Live, right here.
I can do that as well.
Sometimes luck just doesn't go your way.
I
Your
can still do
pre-game
my
routine
clips.
goes sideways. You just can't catch a break.
Probably need a third screen, eh?
Or the footy gods just aren't on your side. Clangers happen.
But thanks to Amy, Clangers for Good, your footy clanger could win you or your club a share of $250,000.
Enter now and tell us your clanger for a chance to win.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Get 4 items for just $6.95 with Macca's McSmart Meal. Grab a cheeseburger, small fries and soft drink, plus choose your favourite side. Available every day for just $6.95.
I reckon I'll go mid.
I'll
Carlton
go
Drive
mid.
3.5. Embrace the mid.
At Coles, footy fans can score more with the Coles goal. It's one exciting goal every Thursday and Friday that kicks off an exclusive online offer to help save money off your online shop. So footy fans, tune in and watch out for the Coles goal on Thursdays and Fridays to help save on your weekly online shop. Score more only at Coles.
Oh, it's hot.
Really hot.
Let's do it.
Numbers?
Looking good.
Expansion? I have a new idea.
Let's make it happen.
Whatever role you need us to play, we're your partner for every stage of business. NAB. More than money.
Alright, let's look at stats. Ashcroft was 8. Walker was 7. Tackles. McCluggage with 3. Draper and Ashcroft. Hit-outs. Draper with 9. Hit-net with 6. Clearances, Hugh McCluggage and Neil. Paddy Crook's got a couple, and Will Ashcroft.
The new electric Toyota BZ4X. Now with a $5,000 deposit bonus for 2-wheel drive or $7,500 deposit bonus for all-wheel drive with Toyota Finance. Visit your local Toyota dealership today.
Kick before, didn't he?
Toyota.
You're watching Friday Night Footy on Fox. Brought to you by Steel Blue Work Boots. Established in comfort.
Brad.
Well, it was a pretty quiet and uneventful opening to this game until Logan Morris decided to take matters into his own hands. And the man who's still 20 years of age, 21 on Sunday, just got going, and the Lions got going out of the middle of the ground as well. Forcing turnovers like that, you're going to pay the ultimate price. He kicked the first 2 goals of the game for the Brisbane Lions, and they looked dangerous. They were 14-point leaders. They took 17 marks before they played on Brisbane. That also suggested that it was just a pretty slow mundane opening. Tommy, how'd you see it?
Well, it was slow and methodical. You're right, 8 minutes before the first goal of the match. So then it just blew open from there. It seemed to be downhill traffic from there, but they look ominous from centre bounce particularly.
Yeah, I think Carlton also took the risk out of the game. They went wide a lot, so they were happy with stoppages. I think there was 15 stoppages for the quarter, but it was all done out of centre bounce. You're right, Carlton have actually changed the way they've set up at centre bounce and gone really defensively because they're worried about Draper's forward hit, which we saw on a couple of occasions in that first quarter, but that is a danger when you're playing off the back foot from the centre bounce and you're trying to defend a really star-studded midfield. That's worrying signs.
Magnificent quarter-time summary by you two boys. Let's go down to Ruby Schleicher, who's on the boundary, Rubes.
Well, you pretty much nailed it. It sort of felt like what's going to happen here at the start of this quarter. You were waiting for someone to get on the board, but the Lions really proved their dominance towards the back end of the quarter. The Blues, though, they look the best when they're putting speed on the footy. We see this ball moving out of their back half, and you just see they get it done in the contest, as we know they're able to. They get it to their runners. They're Sam Walsh, they're Jagger Smith, who's leading the possessions for the Blues at the moment on the ground. They catch out the Brisbane Lions defenders. We know the Lions set up so beautifully behind the ball. It breaks through that first line of defence and gets them really good looks at goals. It should have been their first goal of the game, but Kemp couldn't convert. But it is Sam Walsh and Jagger Smith. You want the ball in those hands, you want them breaking lines, and you want them catching out the Lions defenders.
It's good call, Ruby. That was the one time they were able to utilise that corridor like that. And then, as Ruby said, it should have been the first goal of the game, or their first goal for the Blues. But
for the Dogs, well, they've been fast.
Come on, power!
Really part of that 33 possessions last week, and the fast start is something they'll be hoping to do tonight as we see the fans starting to find their feet to sing "Never Tear Us Apart" to start the night.
People say Wildy. Hey, Wildy. I was standing. You were there. Yeah, I think Wildy would be there. He's near the race.
Tear us apart. You saw a few prison bar jumpers in the crowd. You can't tear apart the Sandful and the AFL. Port Adelaide been around since 1870, and a big night tonight.
Oh, that bomb's
fuck off. Got the first.
So Richards.
Richards straight down the spine. Fast start.
Oh,
the Dogs. Live down. Bergman to mop up his mess. Burn-Jones. Butters got back in a hurry.
See Visentini starting the ruck was a bit of a surprise too, instead of Sweet. Jason Orne-Francis at full forward for Port Adelaide.
Yeah, Jordan Sweet playing against his old team, the Dogs. 11 games for the Dogs, but starting on the bench, and they started the season without Jordan Sweet as well. Josh Carr picking Visentini in that opening game against North Melbourne, which Port lost, by the way, is because Tristan Cherry took him apart. Ed Richards. Butters against the grain. Burn-Jones hammered quickly. Artie Jones.
Oh no.
Lucky Jones. Baker. Richards. Ollie Wines.
Ollie Wines.
Gets it to the wing, but they've got the ball set up. Selwood.
The switch is on here. They're open out on the far side.
Kamas.
Put on Kamas. Butterick back into the lineup this
Butterick.
week. Butterick. One of the ends. Kick inside 50. Perfect to Norton. He's a hard man to outmark. Earlier, he's been in sensational marking form, but that's a good way of doing it. Put her on a platter in front.
Well, there we saw there the open space on the far side. When you switch it and go quick, you give the forwards all that space to work into. And a beautiful kick out in front of Norton.
He's 2-1 last week against Fremantle.
He's got his kicking boots on, Dwayne, hasn't he? Going at 70% this year, PB for him.
Yeah, best he's ever kicked. And that's the emphasis for us all to enjoy.
Come on, power.
A good start there, Hot, as we highlighted before the game, the fastest starting side in the competition, and the tackling's been ferocious in their forward 50, caused a couple of turnovers, and the good switches you highlighted, Sean. And let's have a look at the space here. He just holds his time here, holds his time, and then goes and gets a couple of metres on Aliir, and that's all he needed. He held his ground. It was a beautiful kick.
That's it, chat though. Now though.
Great start by the Dogs, Sean.
Well, it is a perfect start, and I just think it's underrated actually. Norton's performance, to come back after that horrific fall he had a couple of weeks ago, the mental toughness and strength to come back, to play and still launch at the ball, it's all credit to him.
Yeah, he's got a sore hand as well. There's one of the few sore dogs.
22-9 he's kicked this season now, Aaron Norton. That's how accurate he's been, and the umpire's hurt here. They might have to hold this up for a second.
It is going to be Port Adelaide's free kick.
It's going to be a Port free.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh!
So they are supposed to keep that area behind the umpires clear so the umpire can back out.
Umpire caught one.
Ed Richards.
Yeah.
Free kick against.
Riley, come to the mark.
Richards didn't get out of the way.
Dante, must take the kick.
Dante Vizzantini told that the rule is the ruck must take that free.
Who hit the umpire, Dwayne?
Ed
Richards.
It was Ed.
Well, the umpire backed into Ed. Obviously, Ed is supposed to keep that area free. Whether he got a little nudge into the area, we'll have to look on the replay. Aaliyah put his head down.
Just see their numbers. As soon as it hits the ground, Bulldogs just trying to outnumber Port Adelaide. We spoke to Bevo. Defence is king tonight.
Drew gets a trickler. Dale cuts it off.
Screen, guys.
Williams. Jones under it.
That'll win. Oh.
Lockie Jones.
Hopefully.
Lie's
been good.
It's a good start to his season.
Marks.
In the last 2 years now, Josh Lie. This year's the first time he's been given senior games.
Give.
Wines. Faked and ran into a roadblock. Gone.
Strong tackle there.
Yeah.
He's really earning his way, really.
Ollie Wines is not an easy man to bring down. It's a strong tackle.
Especially front on like that, because you can't really get a grip on a bloke with a big chest like that.
Speaking of earning their way, Bustlinger. 13 possessions.
Him and Selwood look the same. Bustlinger and Selwood for Bulldogs.
And to find his
the
feet.
same.
That's good grab again.
There he is, live.
He's going for it, this kid, doesn't he?
Yeah. Not super tall either. Farrell. Burn-Jones.
Jones.
I think Bulldogs will be happy to give them the ball wide. They're just not going to give up the corridor here because, as we've seen with Port, even last week, so dangerous when they can go direct.
Farrell down the middle.
Aaliyah.
21 possessions, 14 marks in the showdown last week for Aaliyah. Back to Lie.
Hey, Snudgy. How are you, mate?
Keeping's off at the moment. Down the line to Whitlock. Hammered by Bustlinger. Ball to English at the back. Dainty little kick to Sanders, who scoops it up, made it look like a really good kick. All the way back to Caulfield.
Guess what? What?
All the way back to Selwood.
Guess what? What?
Switch on.
Buku Karmas.
50th game for Buku.
That was his first name, Buku.
Tonight to Kennedy, and he's celebrating a milestone as well. Game 150, Matthew Kennedy.
Yeah.
Wanted Pelly. Couldn't quite trap it.
Nice.
Through. McKinley.
Did you get the premium?
Been in good form this year. Quite a last week in the showdown. Selwood.
Premium or the normal?
Mid-season draft pickup last season
Oh,
from Peel
you have
Thunder.
to play on the 18th then.
Trained with Freo. They said no, didn't need a defender, but the Dogs certainly did. Has been filling that hole nicely.
I got the Game Pass, so I just played for the premium.
McNeil, South Australian back home. Chip kick, Jones. Had the dive for the gully catch to the Bont, who cruises past the Rolls-Royce to English. Just pokes it to the pocket. Well worked by Richards.
Outstanding work rate by Richards. He's come from the middle of the oval. All their forwards are pushed up outside 50 to create that space.
Yeah. Just put a donut go up on your bloody
by the Dogs,
street,
kicking
mate.
at 79% early, so
Premium.
just had to get it right, and they did, and now they've got a shot on goal. 4 inside 50s to 1, so they've had plenty of the ball early.
20 possessions in the loss to Fremantle last
Richards
week.
is going to goal. Having a snap around the body. I know he's on check side.
650 metres gained as
Goal.
well. And that is a gem. And it's another
Sound like
fast
it's
start
nothing.
for the Dogs.
Perfect start. Let's have a look at the
Yeah,
umpire contact that caused him to go down. He was backing
Yeah,
out.
mate.
Let's see. It is Richards there, so as Dwayne said, they are told to be out of the way.
As you can see there, Roo, they're all up the field, aren't they? All that spacing to work into.
Look at the run.
Yeah, perfect. Outstanding. Comes from the middle of the oval. This is probably at a 70, 80-metre run to get on the end of that.
Great start when you're on the road. That's what you want. Couple of quick goals. Silence the crowd. Haven't had a good record at Adelaide.
I thought I'd get the upgrade. It's already installed, I think.
They've lost 6 out of their last 7.
Just got to be able to punish on turnover. So I'm sure there'll be a huge focus for the doggies here when they get their opportunities.
Byzantini told he went across the line. He looked at English rather than the ball and went across the line. One of those make your mind up at home decisions.
Pay that all the time.
And they're inside 50 again and deep for Norton. Oh.
Yeah.
McNeil was there and caused some confusion. Bergman just took the mark.
Yeah,
it looked like Norton was going to go for a bit of a
hang. That's one of the early days, actually.
Didn't have a back to sit on. Byzantini turned around and it was there. Durden got the handball up. Richards out wide.
Oh, no.
McKinley. Just
McKinley.
10. Butters has got Moraes over the top. Crowd starting to find voice. Moraes might go for home. He doesn't. He sits it up. English in the hole. And he calls in Dale.
Yeah, that was a bad kick by Moraes.
A couple of short options on there. Horn Francis was calling for it short.
The band word, mate.
Yeah, that inside 50 kick can be the killer. Gallagher gallops. Got pushed. And
I was watching the footy, but...
So it hasn't gone well for the home team so far.
Well, we spoke to Bevo pre-game and he said they don't want to kick it to Port's interceptors, which they did the last time they play here. So looking for a short lead up here or switch the ball because they don't want to kick it down the line to Aaliyah.
So the push was as he kicked it, so it comes back to Harvey Gallagher. Karmas. It's in form as well, and he hits his target. English.
No good, mate.
Getting plenty of it early. One of the premier rucks in the comp. Dante Byzantini. I need to tag team and get Jordan Sweet out in a second. English sends it long. Aaliyah gets up. That's what he's been doing all year. Aaliyah.
Yeah, they had an extra back there. Lockie Jones was back there as well. So that's what Port Adelaide want the Dogs to do. The Dogs got to lower their eyes and find the targets like they had been up until that point.
Well, the options were more meds. If that doesn't work, injection. If that doesn't work, operation.
And taken out by McKinley, who just got touch on it before
That's
it was
what the doctor said.
Lasso last possession free.
Big night for Tim English. I think he's going to have to play well tonight.
I asked about surgery because what the MRI showed was like bone spurs and
they need to give their midfield first use.
The gaps were too
letting Butters and Horn Francis
like tight, so that caused some nerve damage.
The experience though over Byzantini and Sweet really, even though Sweet's not young, but Jordan Sweet game 55, Byzantini game 19, Tim English game 160.
Well, it's not English's work in the ruck; it's his work rate around the ground.
Yep.
Which is the benefit to the Bulldogs is his work rate.
Yeah, it's
and
not
we've seen
fun.
that in the first passage of play.
Like even I'm on the meds now. I've got 2 more tonight and tomorrow.
To the team is around the ground as
well. Even now I can still feel it when I have these meds. Just like whiplash.
What Adelaide fans are a little stunned by this.
It was weird.
Byzantini got there ahead of time.
Weird.
McKinley caught. Big pack around it now, and there's going to be players darting everywhere.
Trying to find some space here, English.
Knocks it down to Drew, who toes it off the deck, but that's not able to be done these days. You can't just kick it toward the boundary and hope for a ball in. Sanders.
Port crowd a little bit upset, but that's been the same for a while, that rule.
That's true. That would have been insufficient.
Oh, come on, man.
So,
come on, man.
Sanders, if it's inside 50, it's insufficient intent, but had it rolled out.
New York City
kick. Would have been a free kick anyway, so no hack kicks to the boundary line from the back pocket anymore. Really worth doing. Sanders.
Oh no.
Had 25 possessions last week. He heads towards the square. Jones, a little rushed. McKinley didn't want to rush it. And that'll be a free kick, but that's always been a free for about 60 years. Once upon a time, you could kick it out on the full with it just being thrown in. I'm sure they were complaining about that rule change in the 50s as well.
I never heard of that one, Dwayne.
Yep. When EJ was playing, I think they changed it. Lockie Jones takes the mark.
What they're getting though, the doggies, they're saturating, they're squeezing it. See, look at that. All the players inside the 50, just putting pressure on Port Adelaide.
Jim Moraes had to spin his way to trouble. Little 1-2 with Butters. And then he got it back. And Dale wrapped in. That's got to be cooked, surely.
You just about have a ping from here, Dale.
I reckon he will. They're dominating play at the moment. Possessions inside 50s now. It's 8-2. So they're controlling territory. They just have to make it count on the scoreboard.
Well, they won here a few weeks ago, the Dogs. In inspirational style as well. It was Oscar Baker that helped them get over the line in that game. He was the 3-goal hero round 3. He's back in, by the way, Oscar Baker for this one. And Dale just smacks it from 50. Missed.
Kick one this year yet, Bailey. Not far off, got the distance.
88 so the last 4 weeks they've been crippled by injury, as we know, but they've conceded 100 points 4 weeks in a row, which hasn't happened since 2019 for the Doggies.
On chop free. Free kick to Jace Burgoyne. Lockie Jones.
88.
Sits that again in the air and Caulfield cuts it off. All Dogs at the moment. Fastest starting team in the comp. A little too wide over the head of Norton. Evans bangs it back, gets it to the wing. Caulfield again. He's been like a wall back there. Wrapped up. Was it high? Crowd not happy, but
they tucked into him.
Dogs sort of drew the free. He burnt Baker just before with a short option. What's he going to do? He's switching again.
Bramble.
Yeah, he went down low there, didn't he? But Richards, you got to prepare for that.
Hustlinger to Williams.
Yeah.
Again, the switch and then the long launch. Norton's waiting at the back. English was there as well. West beat them all to it. Hands it up. Frazier, hands up. Sanders got it up. West threw it away. Could have been ball.
Had to be.
Umpires put the whistle away.
Oh my
Crowd
God.
getting a little restless. Dale hits the target just through the hands, and Lewis is about to plant his. No, he can't get back. But he's going to soccer that off the ground.
Gee, West was lucky, wasn't he?
Very lucky. So they're the guys who aren't kicking the ball, and Bailey Dale just missing his target. Instead of kicking the ball long and high, he likes to bullet them in. Very unlucky.
Crowd just throwing the replay on the big screen as well. Visentini and English front spot. English, Frazier, Sanders, and Kennedy just missed.
So you just saw 79% time inside forward 50 for the Doggies. So dominating that area and +8 inside 50. So got to get a little bang for buck now.
What are you seeing down on the ground level, Dicko? Is there a difference in speed and mentality and intensity?
The Doggies are happy for them to kick it around. Like I said, they just don't want to give them the corridor, but they're teasing distance. They're second-guessing Port Adelaide. You can just see them. No real options, but to go back and retreat. So huge territory win for the Doggies.
Yeah, they're definitely tight in the middle. They're really congesting that middle of the ground in their defence, the Dogs.
Evans gets it back, but he gave it back. That's crazy stuff. West has a couple of bounces and takes it to the bank.
What's going on, Power? What are we doing?
Well, great little intercept, good pressure. They've been under the pump.
What are we
Port
doing
Adelaide
here?
trying to get the ball out of the back line this whole game. Let's have a look at how the turnover was occurred. Just going for a little short, dinky sort of kick and just didn't quite get the height, and it was all over. Couldn't catch him.
Yeah,
They're on fire, the Dogs. They are. Well, they're not allowing Port Adelaide out of the defensive 50, are they? The pressure from everyone.
Only kicked 3 goals before that one this year. He's been off to a slow start. Kicked 3 goals, 7, mind you. He's been a bit inaccurate, but bounced back to form last week with one of the best games of his career against Freo. But have a look at that. We highlighted this before the game. The second fastest side in the comp for the first 10 minutes. They're off and going tonight.
I can give intercept and aerial forces to a
He's
keeper.
got Sweet back out there, and guess what? They got a clearance to Wines.
Oh.
Got to start with your number 1 ruck more often. Free kick, Port Adelaide to Georgiades.
Oh, Georgiades.
Why hasn't Sweet started? It's an odd move.
Warren Visentini's the jumper, and Sweet's more around the ground, hustle and bustle. That's where the game's going in the middle of the
Is
open.
that the first time this year he started in the ruck, or has he been doing that?
Yeah, we'll have to go back through the tape.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't even play Sweet round 1 against Cherry, against North Melbourne.
A few of them.
Some
You get a car, you get the cover car, don't you?
Didn't pick Ollie Wines when he's available a few weeks ago. George
So I said you get the cover car for each game you play. Hey.
3-3 in the showdown.
Saw that.
4-6 the week before.
Come on, the power. Yeah, we gotta give a cover car. Nah, you get the cover car. What? The cover car? Nah, the cover car.
They've been really good in the last month. They've been really efficient going forward. He takes twice as many
What do you
marks as
mean?
anyone else at Port
That was like
Adelaide.
me when I was talking about the Fortnite
The
dance.
most in the competition, I think.
Nah. Nah.
He's a bit lucky there.
I'll leave.
The left arm around him, Buku. Just that left arm.
You're like, I was right, mate.
So, but it's a very soft one. We've seen them not play before. But that's Georgiades' 22nd goal for the year. It's going to be a big matchup, that one. He's taken the most marks inside 50 in the AFL, so he's going to be the #1 target. So Karmas is going to be on his game tonight.
Going to get the no. If he does start kicking accurately, 22 goals, 18 now. Sweet in the ruck. Port might get another clearance from a Sweet knockdown. They do. Play on advantage. Wines. Watkins back into the lineup. Short to Berry. It was almost the hero in the showdown last week. Hit the go-ahead goal in the last minute.
89.
Oh,
Georgiades!
Clocked it. Won it. Great grab. You got real good separation off Karmas then, and when you allow him to run he'll sort of people's heads. He will never not jump at the ball. You need to maintain body contact on him at all times.
Just got in early, Roo. He's going to kick it back.
Well, I reckon he would have been thinking all week, this is my week. No, they're depleted down back, the Dogs. They've conceded over 100 points the last 4 weeks in a row. He would have been licking his lips, I reckon.
So Sweet into the ruck. Suddenly there's a game on. Bulldogs have 3 goals.
Oh.
Gee, Georgiades.
Bro. Why did he miss the easy ones?
Last week. If he kicks 4-2 or 5-1, Port Adelaide you'd think win. The week before against Geelong, he kicked 4-6. And they actually won by the 4-6 that he kicked. They won by 4 goals 6 in that game.
Well, it's never too late to get better. Aaron Norton's, great example of that. But if he can tidy that area up, he's going to get a lot better.
Barderick, as I mentioned, back into the lineup this week. They've made a few changes. Frazier, nice looping handball to Artie Jones. Knew he had West to the flyby, but West spilt the bickies against the Grahams. Jack Watkins is also back into the lineup for Port this week. Their only change, Marshall, who didn't get a touch in the first half. The showdown was dropped. Sanders backs out of a jam. Kennedy. Barderick.
I like this movement where they're switching the ball and forcing Port Adelaide to defend longer. Instead of just kicking it long down the line, they're spreading the field, making it big, and using their skills.
They've just about done it every time, haven't they? So it looks like a set play.
Well, Bevo flagged that in the pre-game warm-up, didn't he? They're going to not kick it to
Someone
the
just followed. First time followed. Oh, do it your stream. Fuck off. You never watch me, mate.
Low and
Fuck
almost
out
West off the pack. McNeil.
Oh, I love your streams. You just follow me. You love the stream.
In the area.
Trying to sell your bullshit, mate.
Playing for his life at the moment to stay in
Get
this
a fucking real job.
They're
selling bots.
Hamstring injury, finger injury, glandular fever. There's an opportunity with a few injuries.
Game's changed
amongst the Dogs to stay in. Or knocked to the front to Kennedy and was knocked out of his grasp. On Francis. Kennedy got it back. She hits a good spot to Artie Jones. Oh, bang! Artie still held to Sharon. Was happy to take the heat if he could take the Sharon.
Well, that was a really courageous mark. He had concussion.
Was it 50?
Yes.
Yep, against the lines.
You look, small fella, you're excused to be, second guessing that grab a bit. That was really gutsy.
And he gets his reward.
How is that 50?
That's a team lifter for sure. To go back with the flight of the ball like that, for a small guy, not your ball, to commit to it and take what's coming the other way, that's what lifts teams. Look at that, off the left, into the hole, and goes back.
He was late
too. He gave him one too.
Yeah, he was a bit late, wasn't he, Evans? And he wasn't going for the ball either.
Yeah, I guess he just braced up. Yeah, they're dominating here, the Dogs, and that goal that Georgiades missed, that really hurts him now. He's really improved, Artie Jones. He looks like a good type.
It has been 14-4 inside 50s. They're controlling the field, controlling territory, and now they're getting the score on the scoreboard as well.
4-2.
Only played 4 games last year, Artie Jones. 2 goals last year. 13 games in 2023, his best season until now. He's really starting to play some good footy, even though he's missed through injury. Sweet down to Butters, put his head down and got a high. Play on advantage. Horn Francis winds. Horn Francis dispossessed.
Just kick it once.
Williams, Jones, Bramble, they're up and about at the moment. The hero from a few
Baker.
weeks ago here, Oscar Baker. And Aaliyah.
Oh!
To the grass. Is that a glitch in the matrix? Did that really
What?
happen? Trouble now, McNeil. Bontempelli hands it up to Smith.
Oh. What was he doing, the big fella?
Well, Lockie Smith hasn't kicked a goal yet, so fair enough, he has a crack.
I like that by Norton, though. He's getting nice and high, dragging Aaliyah up, that lead-up player. Just drag him away from that dangerous drop-out space.
The fist, but it skims to the back. Butterick drops the tackle attempt. Richards caught by Wines. Butters. Georgiades comes down to half-back. Through. Dogs have the numbers. 3-on-1.
Oh, man. 3-on-1.
And the one wins because he knocks it to Berry. Not a lot to go to. Oops. He faked himself. He tripped over his shadow.
He fell over.
Well, he couldn't go inside.
No right foot.
He couldn't kick the ball inside.
Trying to fake out the opposition and fell over.
That's why he stopped and did a little moonwalk.
Oh, there's nothing. You feel like a turtle when you go back.
What you doing?
You're right. You've got to have an out kick of 35.
Broke his own ankles.
Get you out of trouble.
It's embarrassing.
That's not in vogue. All the cool kids are
That's
just
my
going
team as well.
Williams.
And one end.
Yes.
The other thing that's unusual players now is kicking the ball to grass inside 50 because no one was there. He didn't kick the ball. You can kick it to grass and allow your teammates to run onto it, even if the opposition's first onto it.
Yeah, I love that, Sean, because when a smaller player is better if it's on the grass anyway.
Yep.
Lie knocks it down. Richards goes and gets
Richards.
it. I can smell some more blood here, the Dogs. Artie Jones.
Artie Jones.
Goes and gets, shrugs. Fed it up. He might get it back here, Artie. No, didn't come to him.
Butters.
So Port Adelaide have to have a rethink here. Butters.
Oh, no. What?
Lines.
I thought Butters kicked it to him. What was it, Butters?
Smothered. It's Smothers Day on Sunday. They're doing it early, the Dogs tonight.
Yeah, there was nothing forward for Ollie as well, so he was trying to create.
Is there
something
2 Butters out there?
So, just a bit
Jeez, these
getting
grubs are
pulled
good.
out of their positioning at the moment, aren't they, Port Adelaide?
Well, they are. Well, Butters is up to 9 disposals now, 100% efficiency.
I thought Butters
but they're
kicked
not
it
getting
out
bang
of
for
the
buck
back line,
kick.
but
They're
it
not
wasn't
getting bang for
Butters.
buck
He
off his
kicked the
disposals.
Butters.
He's normally the architect who sets play up and gets them going forward.
Smith, a good palm down.
Oh!
Seemed to throw that away. There was a noise of affirmation that the umpire decided was worthy. Marias, what's he going to do? Hands it up. This is massive. Jack Watkins to stop the run.
Watkins!
And amongst the goals.
Come on. Wonderful.
Yeah, well done, Jack. Back in after a spell in the SNFL. Coming for Todd Marshall. And a good finish on the run. Let's have a look how that happened.
It's a good chain of handles.
Great tackle here by Drew, the leading tackle player for Port Adelaide. He set that one up. Then a bit of a chain again.
Right here, Marias doesn't give it there. Composure and then gives it Roo.
Yep.
For a young player, that's great composure.
Way!
All started with Willem Drew. Good tough tackle to cause the turnover, and then a good chain and a good finish by Jack.
Is that what they need to do, Roos? Get their hands on it and then chain out instead of quick kicking? Is that the change up and play that they need, Port Adelaide?
Absolutely. The Dogs have been the tougher side to start with. There's Miles Bergman. Let's go down to Dicko. What's wrong with Miles Bergman, Dicko?
Well, he's been down here for 14 minutes on the interchange. They've had 3 goes at taping his toe. Could have got a pedicure in that time.
Keep an eye on that. Georgiades, was he held by Buku? Wow. Umpire says yes. Fans that have packed the Adelaide Oval say yes.
Well, this is his 3rd shot on goal this quarter. We saw Jack Gunston have about 5 shots in the first quarter last night. Could he do the same tonight?
10 metres.
The Dogs took it straight down the other end and kicked a goal after he missed About 7 minutes ago, Miss Georgiades needs to nail this for 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Makes no mistake. Port Adelaide on the way back.
He's a lethal weapon for him at the moment, Mitch Georgiades. I reckon he's up there with Jack Gunston as one of the smartest moving forwards in the competition. We know the defenders don't like to stand too close to him at times these days. Let's have a look what was about. He's holding onto his left hand a little bit there, if that's what the free kick was for.
I think
Get done.
The defenders to jostle with the full forward as well at times without paying a free kick. It's genuinely a 50-50 one there. But it makes the most of it, doesn't it? Doesn't matter how you get them, Roo.
No, it doesn't.
Why is EA giving us something we've already got?
2 relatively easy free kicks in this contest.
Well, there's his averages for the year, 2.6 goals and 7.1 score involvements. What he does have, Roo, is a massive engine, and he keeps working. His work rate is phenomenal.
Bergman's just gone down into the dugout now, so can't get that toe right. So totally got the boot off down there with the doctors.
He had an ankle injury earlier this season, Miles Bergman. So it was toe, not ankle, you reckon, Dicko? Or
they were taping the toe, so they took it off twice. So could be a little bit ankle and toe.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Butters caught. Sanders gets him. And he takes off. Wants another deep entry. That seems like their plan. Fist. Burn-Jones. Trouble.
Oh, the bot. The bot. The bot.
Well, like what Sanders did there, he could have switched it and probably should have, but then he didn't, and he took off and got about a full 15 metres before he kicked it in. Let's have a look. Last week, played really well. He's had a bit of a breakout year, really, Sanders, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's a jersey. The Bronx jersey.
As you get older and
already got it.
In his,
giving us stuff we already got.
I
guess new players don't have
legend in footy grows each week, but when you had an injury to it and you performed at the level he's growing at, you only enhance your legend, don't you, in the game. We're witnessing greatness at the moment with Bontempelli in the game.
To get the job done with his knee strapped up and a bruised heel is there's nothing better.
The Bonds is a freak.
Now.
Still won't get him cheap, Dicko.
And he goes off the carpet.
Oh!
Kicks hit a target, although
Gallagher put it down.
Oh, did you?
They're about to come at him. Sweeps it back.
What? Meat trap.
Bullet.
Oh, nice.
Butters about to be cut down. He shook Bramble.
Beautiful. Anywhere.
He sits it up long.
Anywhere.
Tweedy got there in the goal square.
Oh,
the big
nice. That's beautiful.
Coming on.
Well, that's Butters' 12th possession. Only his second kick, still going at 100% efficiency, Roo.
You got no idea how good that kick was. He actually said to Sweetie, almost, you've got to go left here to get to this. That was just a beautifully weighted kick.
You reckon he was aiming for that, Dicko?
Yes.
11 games.
Sweetie!
For some sweet revenge tonight. Port Adelaide get their fourth.
He's playing the best footy of his career as well, Sweet. Let's have a look at Butters. Just burns him off. Thought he was going to have a shot at goal. Bit of a flight, top of the square, and the big man just took it on his chest. I think he announced he's got twins coming this week.
Yeah, twins. Yep, twins. So life's going to get a lot more hectic for him. I think in October they're due, him and his partner.
Well, it's a perfect time of the year to have kids.
In the off-season, and get up and change some nappies, help around the house. You'd know all about that, Roo. You've got 6 of your own.
Yeah, I didn't have twins, though.
Good contest now. 1 minute 30 left. Richards caught. Berry caught.
Horn Francis has made his presence felt in the last 5 minutes through the middle of the ground. He's throwing himself at everything.
Well, he's headed for all Australians as well if he maintains his level. He's had a pretty good season as well, the Hornet. Richards.
What was that for?
Blasts it deep if he can, and here's Norton unopposed.
How the fuck was that a free kick?
And he attacked it flat out and jumped at it, and defenders have got no hope. If you kick like that and lead and jump at it like that, they got no chance to stop it.
I just want to see how he got the separation here, because he had 10 metres on his opponent. So whether his opponent fell over or he's had some change of direction and some forward craft, they had 10 metre separation on his direct opponent.
Speaking of All-Australian, Aaron Norton never made an All-Australian squad of 44, let alone the team. And then it's an extra player in the All-Australian team this year.
The Norts!
And that'll help.
Yeah, he's in good nick, isn't he? He's marking the ball beautifully tonight, leading really well. He's the only tall up there most of the time, so he's got a lot riding on his shoulders here. Let's have a look how he did get the space.
There he is on Aaliyah, and then he just comes up and then he gets the block.
Yeah.
And no changeover with Logan Evans there. But he's leading up the ball strong as he ever has at the moment tonight. And we spoke about that fall again. I think it's underestimated the courage it takes to come back and play after that, even if it is 2 weeks later. His mental strength to come back and play and still launch at the ball like he is first class.
And recovering from a bit of a break in the hand, hasn't he, with that glove on as well. So doing everything. Oh, look, the experienced players have to stand up. They've got some serious players out at the moment. So there's some blokes playing sore.
Byzantini ran across the line again.
What the fuck?
English is giving him a little English lesson at the moment in the ruck. Byzantini, they get the clearance. Seconds ticking. Evans in a spot of bother. English. Oh, what a flick that was to Sanders.
My God.
To Williams. To the hot spot to Norton. Aaliyah beat him. Brilliant from Aaliyah. Seconds ticking down to quarter time. Signs on the bench. Don't need to do anything crazy now. Just mop the remaining seconds up. Quarter time at the Adelaide Oval. Great to have your company for some Friday night footy. Match of the round for these two. Nothing else matters. 4-1-25. The home team to the Dogs. The fastest starting team in the comp has done it again. 6-2-38 to lead by 13 at quarter time.
Go Harvey Norman. Take a further 10% off all Australian-made AHB mattresses. Hurry, offer extended. Big savings on quality Australian-made mattresses. Don't miss out. Take a further 10% off Australian-made AHB mattresses. Hurry, must end Monday at Harvey Norman.
That's better.
Hey Cam, you know that footy is made by dedicated fans like you, me and Roscoe?
I do. Our horns are like wordless motivational speeches.
Yes! You could say that future AFL stars are made by fans like us.
You totally could. This bloke does not miss.
Yui, official partner of Footy fans.
At Coles, footy fans can score more with the Coles goal. It's one exciting goal every Thursday and Friday that kicks off an exclusive online offer to help save money off your online shop. So footy fans,
Butters 12 touches in the
watch
first
out
quarter.
for the Coles goal on Thursdays and Fridays to help save on your
Jack
weekly
Hawkins,
online
3
shop.
tackles. Butters,
Score
3
more
tackles.
only at Coles.
What are
The
hit outs?
LDV Terra 9.
English 9,
It's backed
75.
by a 7-year, 200,000
Ollie
kilometre,
Wines,
whichever
3
comes first,
clearances.
warranty. And with 163 kilowatts of power, a fitted tow bar, and 3.5-tonne brake towing capacity, some utes are just meant to get
crazy.
dirty.
What a
Now
start.
from $47,990 drive away for ABN holders. Visit a dealer
What a
today.
bloody
LDV,
start.
bring it on.
Win a brand new home with just one ticket. HomeLottery.com.au. A $4.3 million West Beach grand prize. HomeLottery.com.au. Life-changing impact. HomeLottery.com.au.
Bonnie's just getting behind the big freeze. In a big way.
Head in store and grab your Big Freeze beanie.
And your big freeze bucket today. Because when it comes to M&D, we choose to play.
I choose to do my part.
I choose to make a difference.
I choose to take down M&D.
Show your support with a Big Freeze beanie or host your own DIY Big Freeze with a bucket.
Get into Bunnings for the big freeze. And join the fight against MND.
Long before the lights and the roar of the crowd, the right preparation is what creates a champion. It requires commitment, discipline, and passion. The work is done. It's time to perform. Musashi, Performance Amplified.
It's Toolkit Depot's Makita Spend and Get. For 3 days only, spend $250 on Makita, get $50 back in TKD bucks. The more you spend on Makita, the more you get back. Exclusive to TKD members. Thursday to Saturday, only at Toolkit Depot.
You know what they say. Play it safe, know your place, follow the rules. They say, great minds think alike. We say the greatest ones don't. Flinders University.
Artie Jones having a breakout year and helping the Dogs break out to another quick start in this one. Fastest starters in the AFL have put on 6 goals in the opening term. 10-goal quarter. Great to have your company wherever you're watching. 4-1 to 6-2. Big crowd. And Ben Dixon's in the middle of it. Ben.
Well, they've come in tonight with a focus. We spoke to Bevo. 4 games, 4 losses, injuries everywhere. Well, your method has to change, but they've come with a direct focus to support the forward half and the pressure, which means you've got to squeeze your defence up and just close the gaps. And they did it so well in the first quarter. You can see here, if you don't hit your target, they are on you straight away, right up in the face and the grill in attack. And then you get the turnover, and then you can reap the rewards on the scoreboard. But they were just spot on with their teasing distance of the space. You can see here, plenty of room here to use the ball and kick the footy. But look, straight up in their face once again. Just close that space down, make them kick over the tip of your fingers at full stretch. And West gets the goal there. They were on fire in the first quarter as a collective, which from a pressure perspective, Bevo would be extremely wrapped. They just turned the heat right up on Port Adelaide. You can see 198 to 177. That was pretty consistent across the quarter. But you go from pressure, then you got to go to punish. So turnover, 4 goals, 1 to 3 goals, 1 to zip. So they got the pressure right and they got the punishment right. So Bevo will be absolutely wrapped in the first quarter with their efforts.
Yeah, would he ever be? And he'd be saying, let's get out and do exactly the same thing again. Can we repeat the first quarter on the road, Sean?
And their ball movement complemented their pressure, didn't it? We saw them switch the ball, chip it up. They just didn't bomb it down the line. They were using their skills, making Port defend for longer and then getting better inside 50s.
Yeah, Mitch Georgiades already having a big impact on this game. Should have had 3 goals. He's got 2 goals, 1. Got a couple of free kicks. Hasn't got them all on the lead and on the mark like he usually does, but just turning into a superstar, isn't he?
Mm. He's going to have a big impact on this. Jack Whitlock playing forward within the Rising Star nomination for last round for his showdown performance. Didn't touch the ball in the opening quarter.
Yeah.
And you can see Miles Bergman is trying to work out whether, or we're trying to work out as well, if it's the ankle injury from earlier this season. Just talking about the foot more than the ankle, so Dicko might be spot on. Toe could be the issue. The score is the issue right now. 13 points to the good, the Dogs. Little toe poke off the deck. Burgoyne, Horn Francis just got to kick away in time. Richards up against the boundary, keeps it alive, but it's been marked by Caulfield, who started well.
Only had the 1 kick in the first quarter. Jason Horn-Francis did have the 3 handballs, but he wants a bigger second quarter.
The switch is on again. Hamas to the wing to a 2-on-2. Evans stayed down. Richard stayed down. Richard went and got it. Gave it to McNeil. To Baker.
Oh.
Caught from behind. Selwood had some poise there. He popped it out in front of West, and West spent that before he heard it.
Did he ever?
They're the easy ones where you go to mark and you're thinking about what you're going to do after you mark it, and then it goes straight through your fingers.
But as Mark Masciuto said, he's having a good season. Starting to evolve after a good year last year as well. That's out of bounds. Riley West, all 23 games last year, kicked 39-19, second in the AFL for tackles inside 50 as well last year, Riley West. Slowly working into this year, and there's Josh Carr.
Sanders looks like he's going to Butters, Dwayne, and
Butters is trying to go to the bont.
Big experience,
pick him up.
Big experience differential between the two coaches as well. Richards hands it up. Dale gets and goes. Well, is that a free? It is. Holding of Port Adelaide. So we know that, well, he's done it a few times, Will Lewis. Played for free kicks. And he played for that one and lost. Evans. Arias. Malia. Richards. Willem Drew. Interesting player, Willem Drew. 138 games, never received a Brownlow vote, so he's never been in the best three on the ground in any game he's played, according to the umpires. Pretty consistent performer, but never best three kind of performer, according to the men that count. All about to be flung in. Mentioned the difference in experience. Luke Beveridge, 261 games to Josh Carr, 8. No points to Bevo so far in this. Sweet and English, you know each other well. Drew dropped it, gave it to Richards. Found some room where there wasn't a lot. It's to half forward. Visentini, arm chop. Hustlinger doesn't agree. Burgoyne. Richards. Warren Francis was in the spot, but Richards knew exactly where he was going.
Yeah, Port started with both rucks on the ground. Visentini forward.
Touch play on, so Norton's have to go here.
Oh, wait,
so
mate.
No prior opportunity, but he doesn't have an arm free. He'll get cut some slack.
You can see how far Norton's coming up to bring Aliyah so far outside defensive 50. He's bringing him all the way up to the halfback.
Brother.
So it's a clear strategy the Bulldogs have.
Burgoyne hacks it, and this time the Hornet. He's almost within range. Warren Francis.
Almost.
Well, Georgiadis is on the move. He doesn't stand still. He just keeps moving around, and he's just trying to get separation off Karmas.
Heads inside.
Oh, he's in range.
Yeah. So it's Farrell. Yeah, he does. He just goes back and says, I've got this covered. I can put it through the big sticks post height.
Well, the 7-iron out here, Dwayne.
He's another that might have an All-Australian level in him at some stage of his career. Another that's never been best on ground in a game or in the All-Australian squad of 44, but he's got a massive upside, Kane Farrell. And he loads up and kicks it just across the line. Just. Only just.
I'll check it.
Well, let's have a look at this Coles goal. If it is one, though, we'll check it on the way back to the middle.
Yeah, look close on the line, but everyone seems to think it is a goal. Look, his ball movement is what he's at the back line for. Not a great one-on-one defender, but he uses the ball so well. And he knew he was in range from 55 straight away. He went straight back and said, I'm going to have a ping from about 57, 58.
Yes. And have a look here. Would like a zoom in on that one.
Yeah, well, it's pretty close.
Selwood claims he touched it.
Yeah, there's a pinky.
A pinky?
Back.
You got a pinky?
I got a pinky bent back, Dwayne.
All right.
Oh, she's coming back.
Yep.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball is touched before crossing the back of the goal line. Decision on scoreboard.
Needed the 6-iron, Dwayne. Not the 7.
So it'll be brought back. The crowd now finding out. Big game this. We're a third of the way through the season.
Yeah, all right, mate.
Big enough for both these teams.
A little bit of pain.
Port begin the night 13th. Dogs begin the night 12th. There's a bit on this.
Yeah, well, Port go to Darwin too next week. Suns haven't lost a game up there.
Yeah, almost impossible to beat them up there. Butterick gets it from Inglis. Gave it to Sanders. Hands it to Fraser.
Yeah, that'd be cool, eh?
Although Aliyah block, drops it. Little fend off on
dropping
Norton. To himself, and then he's caught. That'd be Pryor.
What are you
You'd think if you
doing?
had put yourself. Got away with it.
Rail from the footy, yeah.
Yes, always does. From ear to ear, Alia with that smile. Burgoyne dropped it. English, Sanders, Frazier, Burgoyne, Horne-Francis. That was a little high. Quick play on. Berry. Richards. McKinlay. This is the kick, though. And his left has a lot left to be desired.
Yeah, just like you were talking about before, Dwayne, you should have the opposite foot where you can just get out of trouble. Didn't look confident at all.
Well, the Horne-Francis kick in the middle opened it up, but they didn't have the runners after that.
So just rolled out inside 50, so not Lasso last position out of bounds free. Back into play. Sweet and English. Sweet rips it out of the air court. Flings it away. Moraes winds. Berry. And here we go, McKinlay. You know, he wants to get on his right. He gets on his right, and he does it all. Who needs a lift?
Come on.
It's only for standing on.
What a goal.
Well, he's done some good stuff this year, McKinlay, hasn't he? He's come on.
Show some really good signs.
Quiet last week, but let's have a look at potentially a free beforehand.
Where did it go out, Root?
Yeah, well, that's last position out of bounds.
Okay, so if it's outside the 50, it's a free kick.
Well, he didn't need a left, did he, Dwayne? He said, I'll show you. I heard what you said in the box. I don't need a left. But great goal on the boundary.
Been in good form this season. Only 5 possessions, 2 kicks in the showdown from 72% of game time, but had a good season. First season at the club, game 10. First season of full footy at the club, I should say, after being there last year and making his debut. Turnover.
So Bergman's back on the ground, Dwayne, and it is a big toe, so they've obviously got that right at the moment.
Short, bottom belly. Slick-handed. Butterick, little fend off was good on Whitlock. To Sanders. Oh, he pops into the hole brilliantly to Frazier.
How good was that ball movement to switch, then come straight back through the middle to the bond. Ball movement with speed. That's how you catch the opposition defenders out, Roo.
People listening and saying Bergman's been out with a big toe and going, that sounds a bit soft, doesn't it? But it's amazing how sore and important toes are. You only realise when you get a bad one.
Well, we don't know if it's turf toe or he's been stood on, but plenty of players have missed many games with turf toe.
The steady of the ship is also one of the up-and-comers who's got a huge future, Joel Frazier.
They've been pretty good going forward, the Dogs. That was beautiful ball movement, good placement, good kick inside 50. Just lowered the eyes. Sanders, he's a good player.
Here's the ball movement. Bailey Dale's got the ball. You know exactly what he wants to do. Bang. Look at that kick.
Good take.
High risk, high reward, Roo.
Yep. Look at this one. Just pulls it late. Nice. Advantage side. Can't defend that.
Well, we've seen that from the first bounce when they've got the ball. They haven't wanted to kick the ball long down the lines. They want to switch it, come back through the middle, use speed, and then some composure going inside 50. Perfect kick. That's the perfect build-up.
So Smith in game 2 into the ruck for the Dogs. Sweet should have the advantage and does, although he thumps it straight to Dale, who came like a train and was caught.
Whoa.
Now, let's see if Port Adelaide can take advantage in the ruck with Sweet up against Smith.
Durden. A couple of goals in the showdown last week. He's having a good first year at Port as well. Goal square.
Oh.
The big fly. Couldn't quite bring it down though, Whitlock.
Wow.
Fans unhappy.
Was that a throw or a...
That's a
kick. A nice little flick.
Not to lie. Durden. Hunter down.
Oh.
Shrugged Gallagher.
Oh.
Outside of the boot.
Oh.
No, Selwood.
Oh.
Frazier.
I thought we were getting a goal. We missed.
Look at Port Adelaide's pressure, 207. The Doggies 170, so they've flipped the script.
Williams.
Oh, vacuum.
Butterick to set it up again inside to Dale.
This is when they're at the most dangerous, when they switch the ball with speed.
Chip to the middle, missed Sanders. Opens up for Butters. Slick-handed to Wines. Burman's back on.
Oh.
This, no, not quite working for Port Adelaide at the moment. Dogs are everywhere. Really putting their heart and soul into everything.
Let's have a look at this. Oh. If they call that, Porter having a shot on goal. Probably 50-50.
Bontempelli can't pounce. West Star stripped by
On the ball!
No prior according to the umpire now.
Bro!
To Bontempelli.
Oh my God.
Dragging in a little restless. Norton got up there. Couldn't bring it down. Lai couldn't pick it up. Bert Jones.
They're out.
So Butters, and it opens up perfectly for Port Adelaide. Jack Whitlock needs to think his way through it.
Oh, no.
Didn't quite go to plan that bounce. Loops it wide, might still work. Berry. They're going the hard way. They're going the back streets home. Durden. Like a few here, a little later on.
Well, we just saw a big man try to play like a small man and almost mucked it up. He had the handball to Berry. He had the option to kick inside 50. He had too many options. In the end, Berry tidies up his mate's mistake and finds Durden.
2-1 last week in the showdown loss. 2-1 the week before in the Geelong win. Local from Golden Grove back home after 64 games for Carlton, Corey Durden. To make it a one-kick game.
Oh.
Wow. They're paying him to kick those.
Yeah, and he's
going to pay the bills.
He's been kicking them all year too, Dwayne. He's been very accurate. He's kicked the 14, but...
Selwood, Sanders, Selwood, Sanders. The possession fest. Sits it on Bontempelli's head. Almost good enough to beat through the bomb. In fact, he nearly did beat them all. Wines now. Crowd screaming to the pocket to Whitlock, and now Jack Whitlock gets a chance to go back and just kick the goal himself.
This will be a little settler for him. He almost mucked up the last one inside 50 where he tried to take a bounce in the wet. So he can just go back, go through his routine and kick through it.
Sucking in the big ones, isn't he?
He is. On that clip there, on that replay, you just saw the pressure Port Adelaide have put on the Bulldogs. They've flipped the script, as Dicko said, with the pressure stakes.
That's a good response by Port.
Game 13 for Jack Whitlock, the Rising Star nominee last week. That'll work its way back. Enough.
Yeah, Whitlock.
And there's a kick in it.
Yeah.
I reckon they got themselves a star here, Port Adelaide. To be doing what he's doing, you know, with his body so raw and still sort of undeveloped. He's got so much upside, and he can play in the ruck as well. So he's going to be a very, very important player for Port Adelaide for the next 10+ years.
Well, you can see he still has the light frame still. But Georgiadis' form takes the best defender each week and allows him to develop with the second or third best defender. So he's going to develop quite nicely.
And he should be getting the second or third defender for a while. Yeah, he is only a kid, so...
But as you can see there, bro, he's so skinny still. Imagine with another 5 or 10 kilos, and he can actually hold his own in a one-on-one battle or in packs. He already takes the ball at the highest point in the air.
I think his arms are a bit longer than most, too.
That big wingspan. Yeah, 4 games last year for Jack Whitlock, having a great season this year. There's a few out in that forward line. Jack Lukosius amongst them. Riley Sanders gets and goes. Well, he took them all on. Gave it to Artie Jones. Ran to his own man. Dodged past a couple, Artie. Missed.
Running into each other. Didn't quite get through that one. He a bit filthy with that.
Port have dominated territory, so this is a chance. This is what Doggies did really well, is lock it in their forward half. So here's their first opportunity.
Spain players.
2-on-2 on the wing. Byzantini's down there. Whitlock's down there. Byzantini almost crumbed at the big guy. Watkins caught.
Zach Butters has gone forward and Buku Kamas is going to pick him up. Well, they may be changing over now because that looked like a mismatch.
Yeah, that's one of those ones you mentioned, kick it along the ground if you can. Butters will beat him on the ground, you'd think.
Yep.
Free kick is going to Smith.
A bit strange, Visentini there. Don't know why he did that.
Lockie Smith. Game 2, heads long, Aliir.
Aliir. Dropping a few.
He didn't drop any last week. He was on fire.
14 marks last week in the showdown.
Against Riley Thilthorpe.
11 marks the week before against Geelong in the win. Visentini knocks it down. McKinlay couldn't quite get it to a teammate. And West scraps as he always does. Good contest.
English coming in here to ruck.
And little flick down to Richards, superb. Frazier. Is Artie Jones going to jump?
Aliir.
He might not get near it.
Oh.
That's a brilliant grab. Lewis. Louis the fly. Got up there.
How good was that?
I reckon he plucked at one hand and his left arm, I think.
He did fly, Dwayne. That was an outstanding mark.
Only added to the Dogs list.
He's got to kick it now.
A few weeks before the season started. And gets himself a massive reward there. Good mark, great goal.
I want to see the replay on this, Rory.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I reckon it was a one-hander. Great tap by English. You reckon?
I reckon it was.
No, it's definitely one-hander. Yeah, my line of sight, he grabbed it one-handed.
That was a good mark, a strong mark.
This will give you the best angle.
That's twins.
Might have had a little bit of a hand with the other one there, Dicko, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Looks like Jason Horne-Francis got a bit of a sore thumb.
Yeah, he went down the dugout before, went back on the field. Now he's come back out and taped it up. And the other one was Bergman. I said he'd just back on the field with that toe. He's just come off hobbling and he's absolutely filthy. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
Needs to be 100%, I reckon, Bergman. Otherwise, he doesn't sort of play that well.
English sends it long. Well, Baker's down there. He stays down. Few go up. Norton stayed down. Artie Jones paddled it. Frazier didn't get enough on it, but it's touched anyway. Where? Wide. And Dante rolls into the camera lady. And they're both okay, which is the good news story. Ball in.
All right. Spanish goals.
So the forwards are rolling the sleeves up. 10 forward 50 tackles to the Doggies. Port Adelaide 0.
Yeah, they've been good in the forward 50, the Dogs. Let's have a look at English.
Slap down. Butters couldn't handle it. Sanders does. Buttering. It's got a bit of hook on it. And Aliir and Lai look at each other.
Well, Sanders is getting under the guard at the moment. Yeah. He's up to 17 disposals. Getting it done in and around the packs. He's going to Butters now. So he looks like he's starting on Butters and then working off. And they're trying to make him accountable the other way.
Evans. Wines. Back to Evans. Drew. Through his hands. Sanders had plenty of the Sharon in this first half to Caulfield, who sends it wide. Baker used his body and then couldn't mark it and took it out.
That's his pocket, Dwayne.
Snap on the right foot there a few weeks ago.
More a last quarter guy, isn't he?
When the game's on the line, that's when he loves them.
English. Sweet. In the flick. English, a cautious tackle, but a strong one on Drew.
Well, Port were dominating early, the inside 50s, 8-all now.
McNeil, the South Australian back home, high. Jones, Norton, the other Jones, Port Adelaide Jones. Artie was down there as well. Evans tried to get it out of there. Buslinger bustles his way, and McNeil, Frazier, little too wide for Hines.
Well, the Dogs have got some really good pressure in around the ball here, but they've also got a +1 behind the ball, so set up structurally, defensively really well.
So why didn't he go straight to goal? Was that the lip movement?
That was right. Some body language. You're reading it pretty well. Kennedy manhandled out of it. Butters. Drew. Toward the wing. Georgiades comes down to make a contest. Hambles inboard. And Bontempelli lays a clever tackle. Big 7 minutes coming up to half-time. Port Adelaide has not led in this game. They've crept to within a kick a couple of times, but have not led. Kennedy off the deck. Lockie Jones turns it over to the Bont. He's given it to the worst possible guy.
I think going for his kicks tonight, Lockie Jones. He's hit most of them, but that was a turnover, bad one.
West got up there with a fist to Ware. Lie. Clever. And the fist of Selwood.
As you can see there with that fist, they've got a 4v3 around the ball, so structurally they're set up really well behind the ball, so the players can get to work in and around and put the pressure on, because I know they've got their players set up.
English again. Sweet front spot, double-handed pat down. Butters on the run, got one high. He ran into some high contact, but he's ballistic when he goes to the ball. To Farrell. Burne-Jones. Evans. Lie. Key. Danger. Goes and mops up his mess. He doesn't. He gives it to Jones. He needs to think his way through this. There's no one forward. He goes back to go forward to Richards. Sweeps it wide. Baker can get and go. To Bontempelli. That was a beautiful pass. He gestured. Bontempelli nodded. And they're on the same page. What's the superstar going to do here? Pulls the kick late to English. Got it.
What a kick.
Yep. Perfect kick. Norton was covered in the square, so he needed to find another tall target, and English floated forward. And Sean, you said at the start of the game, he does some of his best work just around the ground, and perfect example of that just then. Look at that. Tried defending that. Some of the kicks inside their forward 50 have been perfect tonight.
Well, the connection between the kicker and the guy leading has been perfect tonight for the Bulldogs.
I reckon Logan Evans might need to put his one wood away for a while.
Port fans in the crowd giving him some advice. Port fans got a great relationship with English, they say. In he struts. And misses.
Well, they get another shot at goal, the Bulldogs, but Port, it's just breaking down through the middle of the ground. So they're 22 rebound chains, 50 chains, and only one converted into an inside 50. Like, they just can't move the ball at times.
Butters, Farrell, Aaliyah, Evans. Berry.
Finding it hard to move the ball out of their back line, Port.
Farrell.
Switches on.
So Butters looks up. He's got the corridor. Ware on the run. He's got Lie outside. See what Lie can do. Opens it up and missed the target. Kicked it to Bontempelli. It's like a magnet, the Bont. Bruised heel, sore knee.
He's come out for his 30th possession, Dwayne, and the one goal.
It's almost done it by stealth, the Bont. Moraes cuts it off. Loops it wide. Berry kicked the ripper late last week. He pulls his kick. Central. Burgoyne. Great grab. Also happy to take the heat. But as long as he can take the Sharon.
The composure by Berry there, not just to roll around on his left foot and whack it to the top of the square and give the intercept markers a chance. He rolls his left foot, lowers his eyes, and sees Jace all by himself inside 50. That's composure for a young player,
Another
Berry.
one.
Really good kick.
Biggest margin of the game. The Dogs led by 20 points after kicking the first 3 goals in the opening term. And that won't pay the bills either.
Good going.
Both teams are missing set shots tonight, Dwayne. Could be costly in the end.
30 inside 50s to 17 here.
Richards, 3 minutes to half-time. They've led from the outset, the Dogs. The fast starting Dogs done it again tonight. To Butterick. To Richards. Worked hard. Sits it in the air. Scoop from Berry. Ran into Bonk. Marcus Montepelli. 33 possessions last week. Oh, yeah, is that high?
Oh,
that is high. That's high. Yeah. Free kick. McKinlay. Port Adelaide don't play onto advantage. Yeah, the MRO's going to have a long, hard look at that one. McKinlay. Butters.
This is where it's broken down. You can just see right up in their grill, the doggies, right on defensively, just force the long kicks.
20th disposal for Zach.
And long and wide. I think Sweet was out of bounds when he touched that. So free kick, Dogs. Well, they're going to check it. Okay. Got a fingertip on it. Jordan Sweet. English, Sweet. Port Adelaide free for a hold. And it's going too Sweet. Inside 2 minutes. McNeil got back. Put himself in the hole. Burgoyne. A little bit of poise. Watkins. Drew to the pocket to Ware. He played on there, did he not? No. Netball step play on.
Bang.
Didn't get called for it. 17 possessions in the showdown. Most metres gained for Port in that game. 528. Mature age pickup when the Giants recruited him from South Australia. Now back home. Up 39 games for the Giants. And this is a big moment in the Shadows at halftime. Pull it back to a 7-point margin. And never gave that a run.
Zach Butters has had more than 30 disposals in his last 7 games. On track for another one tonight.
He's up to 20. Montepelli 13. Ed Richards 17. Butterick. See what the Dogs want to do here.
Well, they've got the bench signs up. 1 minute to go, so a little stop play. They're all screaming out.
Yeah, one sign's got 1 minute. One sign's got 60 seconds. So, yeah, I'm not sure which one's the better one.
It'll confuse some footballers.
Yes. Or rush to the line.
They're looking for number 60 to come off the ground.
Right, mate.
So, a chance for the team to score from here, from the wing. Flung in the air.
No worries.
Sweet, English, Richards.
See ya, brother.
Sweeps it back. Farrell opens it up. Ware.
Yeah, mate.
Dispossessed. Frazier was brilliant
Bye-bye.
with the tackle. Montepelli gets it back to him.
Bye-bye.
The Dogs a late chance. Norton looks up. 20 seconds and counting. Hands it up to Frazier. Will he go for home? Kicks it long. Goal square. Brilliant again. I just dominated them. And Lewis can have the shot from the square.
That was a dead set pass to that kick. He wasn't having a shot. He was just kicking that over the back favoured side to his teammate when he had all the right to have a shot. Pin the ears back and have a shot there, Roo. But he did the team thing and just put it to his teammate's advantage.
Just game 5 for Will Lewis. Elevated from Footscray's VFL list, premiership for Footscray last year. And he's paying his way. 3-goal margin at half-time to the Dogs. Hunting their 5th win of the season. Began the day 12th. Want to rise up the ladder and be contenders again. Things going to plan. 9-5-59 to Port Adelaide.
How many has he got?
6-5-41.
5.
It's Toolkit Depot's Makita Spend and Get. For 3 days only, spend $250 on Makita, get $50 back in TKD bucks. The more you spend on Makita, the more you get back. Exclusive to TKD members. Thursday to Saturday, only at Toolkit Depot.
Go Harvey now. Take a further 10% off all Australian-made AHB mattresses. Hurry, offer extended. Big savings on quality Australian-made mattresses. Don't miss out. Take a further 10% off Australian-made AHB mattresses. Hurry, must end Monday at Harvey Norman.
That's better.
Hey Cam, you know that footy is made by dedicated fans like you, me and Roscoe?
I do. Our horns are like wordless motivational speeches.
Yes! You could say that future AFL stars are made by fans like us.
You totally could. This bloke does not miss. Yeah, let's go,
Yui, official partner of Footy fans.
Bunnings is getting behind the big freeze. In a big way.
Head in store and grab a Big Freeze beanie.
And your Big Freeze bucket today.
Get into Bunnings for the Big Freeze. And join the fight against MND. Get the power of Tyre Power's Mega May sale.
With mega savings on a range of Kumho tyres. Buy 3 and get 1 free.
And have a mega safe month on the road.
Tyre Power. Get the power.
Game coach.
Always got to check the tool, don't you?
It's got a good balance on it, yeah.
The tool takes all the vibration away from your arms and it just does all the work.
Judge it for yourself. Flex. Demand more.
At Coles, footy fans can score more with the Coles goal. It's one exciting goal every Thursday and Friday that kicks off an exclusive online offer to help save money off your online shop. So footy fans, tune in and watch out for the Coles goal on Thursdays and Fridays to help save on your weekly online shop. Score more only at Coles.
Battling cold and flu symptoms, Cold-X Cold and Flu Day-Night tablets are formulated to help provide temporary relief during the day and at night in a single pack. The day formulation helps relieve cold and flu symptoms such as body aches and pains and provides temporary relief from nasal congestion. The night formulation also provides temporary relief of sneezing and watery eyes. And relief of symptoms allows for rest. Ask your pharmacist about Cold-X Cold and Flu. That's your health.
How about now? Hell yeah. I need to set up a third monitor. Ugh. 3 Evos done. The latest Adelaide United player. Oh, nice. How are the Egbos doing? Ooh, how's Carlton looking? Let's have a look at Carlton. Where's the Carlton match? Here we go. Let's go back to the Carlton match.
Position on Levi Ashcroft, couldn't mark. Rode the bump.
76 to 45.
Coleman, it's a lovely kick inboard. Rayner links it up to Zorko, searching for a target in the pocket, sat it up, Wiedering on the kill.
Been better organised down back as well, so all of a sudden there's no easy lead-up passes going inside 50 for the Lions. They're having to kick into a little bit more traffic, a little bit more one-on-one.
Lockie Neal 24, Penny Cripps 24, Sam Walsh 22, Yana Smish.
Chera first access.
Dunkley 6 tackles, of course.
In front of Carroll, a bit too
Who's got the
far
goals?
Fletcher barged
Logan Morris 4.
Clear. Link up play.
Ainsworth's kicked a couple. Jagger Smith.
Curtin. Oh, second game over the line. Didn't
Oh.
quite haul it in anyway. 32 points.
Quickly from Newman. Re-entry is clear cut.
Go.
Into Ainsworth. Harry's pacing back towards goal to give them a target, which will be in the
Pop it over.
sight of Hayward. It's Carroll's decision to make. He goes to the square instead.
Good spot.
Back there. There's McGovern.
Great kick.
What's happening?
Oh, this is testing Chris Fagan's mood right now, Lynchy.
Yeah, they work this really well, Carlton. Great
Carlton.
kick to identify the dangerous spot. So get over the top of Darragh Joyce, and where McGovern is in the dominant space, protects the dangerous spot and takes a mark right at the top of the goal square.
Not that one.
Well done.
That's
Shit.
where it all began
Not
for
that
Mitch
one.
McGovern as a forward. I don't think anyone saw this coming. 4 in a row for Carlton.
Carlton!
Margin which got out to 49 points.
Come on.
Back to 26 points now.
26 points, boys.
Wow, we might even have the close one soon.
This is genuine momentum, isn't it? And all of a sudden they're doing it around clearances, around
Doing it at the end of the game instead of the start of the game.
So much better than what we saw in the first half. They're finding good options. If there's a 2-on-1, they go to it. And I like the left foot of Carroll. I think he gets, he might have just caught one bottom of the jaw, a little clumsy late spoil from Joyce that misses the mark, but just using the ball better, isolating a one-on-one, and a kick that just had Joyce turning around to look for his man, taking his eye off the ball, allowing McGovern to take the mark and kick the goal.
Well, Chief, you said, are the Blues feeling it? Do they feel that they can charge that comeback? On the bench, they're definitely feeling it. There's a few high fives and, you know, they feel like they just have the momentum at the moment, which they absolutely do.
Draper tapped to advantage. Neil couldn't find the way out the front. It's McCarthy's job to see if he can find a target out near half forward. Not a great kick. And Haynes backed himself well. And Walsh is breaking lines. What have they got on the lead? It's a wonky old kick. It was chaotic stuff. Hacked away. Hollands will get fresh access though. Tosses it up for someone to have a leap. Harry attacked it, couldn't mark. Came the way of McGovern. On to the left. Here they come. 5 in a row for Carlton.
What? What is happening?
My goodness. What an effort for Carlton to turn this around.
The
They had the
hell?
camera on Chris Fagan at three-quarter time, or I thought he'll steam out. But
Collins.
again, they're generating re-entries.
Brother of.
This to a situation, got the ball on the ground, and they had numbers. That's what you need. You need numbers at ground level to support. If you can get the ball on the deck,
Whoa.
keep the ball away.
Jeez,
from
we switched back on. Good timing.
The line's most important player.
Oh, yeah.
Get it on the ground and make the most of the opportunities. They didn't do that in the first half.
It's getting good contest everywhere. Every contest, they are either equaling or winning, getting it to their advantage. Just having a red-hot go.
Oh, cunning plan from Michael.
Oh!
Get as far behind as you can and then kick 5 in a row.
Oh, bit net.
Siren's going to
The
sound.
fuck was that handball, bro?
Wow. Extraordinary.
Well.
49 points. And we really thought it was just a matter of by how much for the Brisbane Lions, but what a determined and gutsy performance from Carlton. 5 in a row. And this game is back in the balance. It's a 20-point margin. Could they? Could they, the Blues? We'll find out shortly. What we do know is tomorrow night it'll be a blockbuster. Super Saturday on
That's better.
Hey Cam, you know that footy is made by dedicated.
Shut up. I'm fucking sick of that ad, mate. Like that, horns help the beds up.
BYD DM Super Hybrid Sea
Couple
Lion
close
SUV
matches,
range
huh?
is a smarter
Wonder
way
if
to
this will
drive.
update live.
And right now, it's a smart time to buy. For a limited time, you can get 1.88% per annum comparison rate finance on a 3-year loan term with no minimum deposit. Available across the BYD Sea Lion 8, Sea Lion 6 and Sea Lion 5 range. Make the smart
we can
move.
just watch it
Offer ends
here.
June 29 while stocks last. Book a test drive today.
We could watch both here. Nice. And I think we can do a split view here. Football. Where's the split view?
Underway as we head back to the newsroom to Johnny Ralph.
Hello, Dwayne. So, Zach Butters, absolutely Western Bulldogs bound if he makes the decision to return home. And look, Luke Beveridge has effectively confirmed that he's met with him over the summer. He's getting a very good look at him close up tonight.
We'll do split view.
Football club in the land believes that if he does head home, it'll be to the Dogs. That makes them even more nervous. The industry view would be that if he departs as a free agent, of course the Power will match it. They'll try and force a trade, but he's still out of contract, and that means
split view.
And he still bends them back.
first rounders overall for Zach Butters. You need to win out of this as a net gain, so that plot thickens in coming months. Now, clubs have pricked their ears. The fact that Todd Marshall was dropped, he was poor in the showdown, played a little bit back, a little bit forward, a little bit midfield. Look, the Power wanted him to reset, but as recently as round 6, he was in excellent form, 5 intercept marks and 10 intercept possessions. So you would imagine that there will be suitors out there for him. And then the Western Bulldogs, now their injury list.
You're watching Friday Night Footy on Fox. Brought to you.
Strains. Tom Liberatore is 2 weeks away. The issue now is his knee surgery rather than the concussion, so that's good news for him. The real watch is Cody Waitman, who was free as recently as 3 weeks away. He could return through the VFL. Of course, he's had that horrific injury with the knee infection since the 2024 elimination final, but he's making really strong gains on the track. Dwayne, everyone needs an Energizer Bunny in their organisation. You're our Energizer Bunny. You'd hope that he's 3 weeks away and then potentially back through the AFL. He would make a massive difference to this Western Bulldogs side.
Yeah, good news for the Dogs fans. Good to hear from you, Johnny. Not great news for Port fans. Marshall might be leaving. Butters might be leaving to the Dogs, and the Dogs led at 18 points with a half to play. Don't go anywhere. 6-5 plays 9-5 second half from the Adelaide Oval. Next.
I don't know which one to watch.
For just 99 cents, whether you're staying up late or making a day of it. No matter the moment. Order now only on the My Macca's app.
Future AFL stars are made by fans like us.
You totally could. This bloke does not miss.
Yui, official partner of Footy fans.
At Coles, Footy fans can score more with the Coles Goal because it's just kicked off this exclusive online offer. Use promo code POINT20 at checkout to score $20 off a weekly online shop of $200 or more. That's right. Order online or in the Coles app and add promo code POINT20 at the checkout to score $20 off your shop of $200 or more. Footy fans, watch out for the Coles Goal every Thursday and Friday to score more at Coles.
Everywhere you look, there's a sign popping up saying sold by McGain again. McGain Real Estate, celebrating 50 years helping South Australians reach their real estate dreams. Contact your local McGain agent today.
Win a brand new home with just one ticket. HomeLottery.com.au. A $4.3 million West Beach grand prize. HomeLottery.com.au. Life-changing impact. HomeLottery.com.au.
My girlfriend.
A bit of fruit?
Yeah, a little bit of
I think you'll like it. My girlfriend Jim asked me if I'd like some bacon and eggs for breakfast. I said, no, thank you, darling. I'm on this new Viagra tablet.
They give you that big
and I've
fancy
lost my
pants
appetite.
telco experience. Kind of
Fair
like
enough, she said. A
Only
few
it's
hours
cheaper.
later, Jim, she asked me again, would
Does she
you
just say
like
they're
me to
cheaper than
rustle up something
I'm
for
just
lunch?
saying,
A nice
why would you pay
chicken
more?
and salad
say
sandwich,
that.
maybe.
No.
I said, no, love.
Ellie, no.
As you know, I'm on this new Viagra drug, and it's
Tell my
not
story.
hungry at all.
There is no story
okay, then, she said. A few hours later, Jim, she asked me again, Jim, Bill, darling, we got some leftovers in the fridge. Yes. Pizza we had from the night before. She said, what about I rustle that up and warm it up and we'll sit there and have a lovely dinner. I said, no, darling, no. I told you this new Viagra drug and I'm just not hungry at all. She said, well, that's great.
To the reason.
But is there any chance I can get...
Moving your
Oh,
wallet.
no!
After all of that time, he can't tell us the punchline.
She said that's great. But is there any chance you can get the off me?
Even bigger jobs. Get the
I haven't eaten at all today.
Can we edit that? Like, is there a way?
The punchline is amazing.
Is there a way we can edit that live? That's how good Matty is. I reckon he could edit that live.
Yes, Matty.
To actually polish that into something we can broadcast.
Bill!
No, I understand the joke.
Trying to be too cute with the footy.
Just when it came to the punchline, you stopped talking.
Viagra.
Oh, no.
Five or
What is
six
wrong
or-
with you?
5 or 6 or 7 for the day.
Go and have a reset, fat. Have a look at yourself in a big long room full of mirrors.
I want to be wide. My
He
girlfriend.
looked in a bit of
Yeah,
this
a little bit
on the
of
boundary line,
fat.
release.
Fat.
Any
I
part
think
in the second half? No, he's done. Thanks, mate.
Miles Bergman out for the game, so they're one down, Port Adelaide.
Boots is out.
Bulldogs looking pretty good at the moment. 18 points to the good. They haven't trailed all night. They've had all the answers so far. Port Adelaide need a hero in a hurry.
Yeah, they do. They need Jason Horne-Francis to step up. He hasn't had enough of the ball. He's had 8 disposals. They've been playing him in the forward line, but I don't think they need it down there. Georgiades looks like he's on fire down there anyway when the ball comes down. So get Horne-Francis into the middle and get him.
McKenna gets it from Ashcroft. Has a bounce. Ashcroft runs on. Oh, kicks off. He forgot which game he was playing. Look at this. There's the
Done the
bounce.
toe
and
tap.
then How good.
There it is, the Gaelic solo.
Did he get a kick for that? He said they've been a bit cute, but they've also been.
McKenna gets it from Ashcroft. Has a bounce. Ashcroft runs on. Oh, kicks off. He forgot which game he was playing.
He's
Look at
done the
this.
bloody toe tap.
There's the bounce and then, oi.
McKenna.
How good.
There's been a lot of Bulldogs. Sanders have been good. Richards.
I'm building an app to...
Pelly, there's been a number of them. Marty Jones has played his role. They've had a really even spread across the field, the Bulldogs.
Sanders looks like he's moving a lot better, doesn't he? He's gone up a notch this year.
I've liked his...
Their odds, means better odds.
And then working off him, and then we saw a really good clip of him using his composure to lower his eyes inside 50.
Oh, I don't know which game I want to
For his
watch.
buck as well, with his possessions.
Both teams played last Friday night. Both teams coming off losses in games where they led in the second half before victory was stolen away. Big second half come out for both here in the context of their season. Burgoyne quickly in. Richards quickly in.
Is that a sign of things from Sweet, just trying to smack the ball forward?
Well, they started the second half with Sweet after starting the game.
Look at that.
With Vizentini, perfect. And here goes the Hornet. Little poke pass outside of the boot.
Hey, what's up, man?
For the mark. Little knock on. McKinlay, that'll work its way back, but nowhere near enough.
So Sweet both times has tried to smack the ball forward, so they're going to try and hit it to space, run onto it, and try and get that forward efficiency that they've had over the last month.
Well, after what Carr said, I expected Horne-Francis to go long to the top of the square instead of lateral with that ball movement. So not what the coach would want, I think.
Dale to Caulfield to Butterick to the short pass option in Williams.
Bailey Williams.
Josh Carr in his first season as coach. Luke Beveridge, 12th season as coach, the longest-serving Bulldog coach of all time. We've had the answers so far on this. Artie Jones got up there. McNeil crumbed it. Artie runs on. Got a couple of beat. Hands to Frazier. He pops it inside 50. Wrong guy. Sleeping Dog's life. So Light takes the mark. The Dogs were a little asleep there.
Hit the one in the middle, didn't he? He had one on either side.
Heads out wide. Spiral. Sweet. Got up there and then lost contact with it. Evans caught second time. Frazier given an eternity.
Yeah, Logan Evans just got kneed in the back in that last contest as well. He's had an off night.
What's going on, Dave?
Frazier keeps it low. Got through about 4 of them. Norton, English, over the top. Gallagher with the finish. Was it touch? He missed it anyway.
They butchered that one, the Doggies.
Biggest margin of the game, 20 points. After the Dogs started hot, kicked the first 3 goals of the game. 18 points now.
There's a balance with what Josh Carr said. Don't be too cute, but you also got to take a few risks here as well. So haven't had any access to the corridor, Port.
Jones keeps it a little more central. Selwood with Visentini. Dante wins the free.
Dante.
Berry can't get down to the grab back with the flight by Selwood.
Just had his legs taken out from underneath him as well.
And he hit the roof, got under that. Artie Jones. Bulldog push. Norton. Artie's worked his way to half forward. Almost brought that down. Richards, Bonampelli taps it to his own advantage and lays a strong tackle. It was clever from Marcus Bonampelli. I think he knew he was going to be tackled.
Exactly.
He does the paddle on well. Better than anybody else, really. It's an old school paddle on to advantage. Butters. On track for 40 for the game, Zach Butters. Bustlinger. Gallagher. Slipped the tackle back to Bustlinger. Big English. Got it up just in time. Gallagher bumped on the kick and it does get touched out. Dogs with a huge upside if they can get a couple of players back in the next couple of weeks. Liberatore lob.
Power.
Get Sam Darcy back if they can bank this one. Does open up for them. Gallagher caught. Farrell, Butters, Burne-Jones, Richards. They get to use the spine for the first time in a while. Georgiades put it down. Caulfield, Georgiades. Caulfield got a little bit of ball, a little bit of Georgiades' leg. Crowd wanted a free. Caulfield was brilliant. Karmas. Butters. Heart and soul into that, but he put it down and went down. Sanders flicks it back. Dale. Williams. All the answers. Baker. Off and running. The hero here a few weeks ago. Spears it. Lewis. Missed his target. Sweet not back in front of English.
That's twice now with their forward 50 entries. They've found the odd man out.
Burgoyne got there late. Couldn't quite get there for the second grab. Williams gave it to him though. Is that wide? It's just in the field of play. Whitlock.
5 inside 50s to 1. 36 disposals to 15 in this third quarter. The Dogs are off to a good start again.
3 goals to margin. Butterick.
A little indecisive with their kicks long too, because the Bulldogs have got a spare back there, so they don't want to kick to that spare.
Sweet was a long way down to get there. Norton kicked it off the carpet. Aaliyah was waiting for it. Farrell had to go down and get it. Frazier was waiting for it. Sanders. Umpires found a free. And it's going to Port Adelaide.
Both teams are getting the balls between the arcs. It's the kick inside 50 where they're both not connecting
50!
with the forward. So here's Port Adelaide's chance now to spread the field.
You just told him to get out and you're still there.
Wide ball.
Oh my God, man.
Good wingspan, good set of hands.
Paul Francis pushed forward from on ball.
I'm all right.
Sits it up for the lead. Georgiades! He was coming like a freight train, had his name written all over it.
And these are the ones he kicks, Dwayne.
The difficult ones?
Yeah, a little bit harder, a bit further out. Kicks through them.
It's funny, isn't it? He's had that little man on his shoulder for a long time now, trying to talk him out of it.
No one scored in the other game.
Mine was called Neville.
Neville.
I used to argue with him all the time until I'd win him over.
Oh, maybe it's not up. Is it not up there?
We have the former sharpshooter Ben Dixon downstairs with us.
Yeah, kick one after the siren, Dicko.
Yeah, talk Neville out of that one.
Third in the Coleman last year, Mitch Georgiades has a chance to win it this year. But he needs to start kicking accurate speed. Like
Come on!
Needs that
Yes, Mitchy.
Well, Neville didn't come into play there, did he, Sean?
Yep. I just want to see his forward craft here, Georgiades, because I'm not sure if the ball was meant for him or for Horn Francis, who was standing in front. But there he is. He wants the ball. He can sense something. He's feeling it. There's no touch from his defender from Karmas at all. And if you allow Georgiades time and space to run and jump, Roo, he will mark the ball. You've got to have some touch as a defender.
You can see it on the Harvey Norman replay how much free ground he had to run into. So we're back to 2 goals now.
Come on, Power.
And that's how good he is. He leads the AFL, marks inside 50. So as the ball comes down, you need to get touch and feel on him, Roo.
Incredible.
Bontempelli pounces, got away from Ollie. Bramble caught.
Oh!
The flick counted. There's that knock on
Fuck
Bontempelli.
me, man.
Got it back from Kennedy to set it all up. Hines, turnover, lie again.
You gotta stop. You gotta call those fucking little tap-ons throws,
So
mate.
switch the ball, Port Adelaide, or go through the middle. The long down the lines are not working.
Bontempelli almost plucked it.
Ah.
Burgoyne, Vicentini, Butters, wrapped up.
You're spot on with that comment, Sil. The long down the lines, like, it just hasn't worked for 2.5 quarters. Just got to find another avenue.
I reckon they're a bit scared, though, some of the Port players. They've butchered a couple of those kicks, so they're second-guessing themselves now.
Gallagher floats it. Jones stood under it, and he got hammered.
This kick here, because this will be the one. Will he try and bite it off, or will he just go long down the line again?
Way wide. Gee, took some heat. Horn Francis from Gallagher. Stood his ground. And now he's got it done.
Oh, that's going to be high then.
Full, is it? So the mark's not being paid.
High contact.
High contact, mate.
I was right behind that. It was out in the full, but they're paying the high.
Yeah. So why didn't they just let it continue there, given that he was taking the kick and had the kick anyway?
That's stupid.
Change the decision to let him kick it again.
Oh.
That's definitely high.
Yeah, but he kicked it after winning the free.
Well, they took the advantage. He kicked it to Burgoyne, who had all the space in the world.
Just had to get the free kick right on the stat sheet. Wines pumps it. Where's Whitlock? Where's Georgiades? Where's Sweetie? Got up there. Sanders the other way against the grain, did well. Bustlinger from Buku. Oh, kept it low. It's a bullet, but it's to Evans of all people.
Terrible kick.
It's like he saw Evans there and he's like, I'm kicking it to you. And kicked the bullet to him.
Hasn't kicked a goal all season, Logan Evans. Has he got this kick in him?
Nah.
Spinning the ball in his hand. He's not sure. He's not sure. Slams on the boot. Has it got the carry? He's kicked it. He's kicked it like Tim Evans. Logan Evans.
Goes bang!
It might not show up on the stat sheet, but Vicentini on the goal line just stood there just enough between him and the Western Bulldogs defender.
Look at this kick.
To shepherd it.
He's not a great kick, and that was a butchering, wasn't it? Just didn't need to be that precise. And
just watch the shepherd on the line here by Vicentini, bro. Doesn't get much for it, but he's standing right there. That's all it took.
Yep. Good work, Sean.
Doesn't go on the stat sheet, but your teammates should get around him and recognise that. Valuable play by the ruckman.
Evans had 23 possessions in the showdown last week. It was one of those instrumental in Port Adelaide's come from behind.
Cross the line, umpire.
Grabbing of the lead with a minute to go, and then they had a stolen back. He's been good again today. Logan Evans in game
Jumped
32.
over the line. Let's cross the line.
One, kick the margin. Bird Jones, Sweet, Sanders,
Bro.
Frazier, Bontempelli, Butterick, Williams.
Oh my God, are they going to call throws for these fucking quick hands from Bulldogs?
Little chisel kick. Williams feeds it inside, and they've got the runners. Sanders, well worked. Butterick plants his foot into it, gets it to a good spot. Norton, through his grasp, Alia flings it out.
Well, they fling it out. Why can't we?
Back towards the wing. 2-on-2. Knocked to the ground by Silva. Got it down. Wines inside. Moraes. Richards. Bouncing ball. Good attack, but left behind. Fizentine.
Hold on, man. Come on.
Again, the Bont against the grain. Saves
sake.
the day, and he wins a free for downfield. He's just too good, the Bont.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing before he gets the ball, doesn't he? He's just so clever.
He's doing this with a sore knee and a sore heel. His legacy's grown by the week.
God.
He would be one of the most popular Brownlow medal winners of all time if he gets up this year. Marcus Bontempelli.
Hasn't played enough.
Going to be racking up some votes. Good tackle from Horne-Francis.
The Bonds had the 5 disposals, 3 contested this quarter at 100%. So his skills coming to the forefront at the moment.
Yeah, up to 20 for the game. Moraes to Drew. Chip kick is good. Vizentini.
Oh.
Good handoff to Berry is off and running. Plants his foot into it long. Georgiades, can he get up? Kalmas with a big fist, knocked it down. Bustlinger, a little hesitation, but he didn't have pride.
He didn't have pride.
Whitlock.
Ooh. What's going on with the other game? Nothing's happening.
Flung in the air. Vizentini down. Georgiades had a sneaky chance at it, dropped it.
Missing opportunity there.
What the hell's going on? They're not doing anything.
Ruckman at that last contest. Got to make the most of them.
Well, not down.
What?
Smith in game 2 doing the ruck for the Dogs. To the wing.
I'm confused.
Friday night footy
What's
on
going on with the other
edge.
game? They're not scoring at all.
Smith thumps it. Frazier.
Bacon's just shut the game down.
Dale. He knew he had the cavalry back there. Selwood sends it long but too wide. Lucky Jones gets there in front of Will Lewis.
Come on.
She's just gone up a notch here. You can
Come
see
on, boys.
Port Adelaide just ramped it up into the 190s, so that's their best they've been at the match.
Hines, Speedbird Jones, Kennedy, Hines and Sanders combined almost mess it up. To Sanders, he looks around to see what he's got as an option. Alia gets back and he holds this.
50!
And 50.
50!
Out after the mark.
Thank you.
That really well. Neither Western Bulldogs forward gave Sanders an option, so Lee just backpedaled and put himself right where the ball was going to land.
English thinks he's hard done by. I thought Alia was juggling that a little. Horne-Francis.
Oh, no.
Puts it to grass. Danger. Frazier off the deck. West.
Ball!
Zag. Is it in the back or ball? It's ball. Horne-Francis.
They're out on the open side. They keep going.
Give it to...
Oh!
Oh!
He had 2 to beat. He was held before he grabbed it, although it's going to be a Watkins free for being grabbed after he delivered it.
Clunky here. The Dogs and Porter really taking it to him.
Evans. Butters. To the pocket, and that's the Georgiades pocket.
50!
From here, he got a little extra mayo put on it.
50!
Frustration there.
Oh my God, how is that not 50?
Miscommunication, and he got free again.
He's taking a mark, unopposed, and then he hip and shoulders him after it.
See Smith's on him.
It's 50.
There's a handover, a pointing, and no one takes him.
It's nowhere near him.
If English got 50, then that should have been as well. He kicked 3-3 in the showdown. He kicked
cheats.
4-6 against Geelong. the week before in the win. He's got 3-1 tonight. Port Adelaide has not played in this game. And he doesn't tie it up. He hits the post. Their poster boy hits the post. Dale to the pocket. To Caulfield. Heads wide. Byzantini, no arm chop, got it back.
Oh.
It was too slick. It did catch Burgoyne's hand on the way through. All in.
Ah.
Josh Carr. A tough road for him so far. First season as coach. Dale. Sanders. Dale. Moonwalks his way back. Gave it to Selwood. Gets under that, hoping a leaper might go up. And Jones! He needed it back to land on.
Oh.
He's been lively tonight, Artie, hasn't he?
I like him.
He's
I like the
jumped.
look of him.
He's been very nippy around the contest.
What?
He's shown courage.
Where's it? What? How did we kick that out of bounds?
Kennedy in game 150. Hits the pocket. Jones again with an overzealous leap on Farrell. And that's an unrealistic attempt, although they're all pretty realistic when Artie goes up.
Just didn't quite get up enough.
He's been looking for someone to sit on all night. Touch the call. Off hands. Kennedy. Hustlinger. That was touched as well. So English won't be paid this mark, and Leah knew it. And did he handle that out of bounds before Sanders touched it? And I said it's okay.
Certainly clamping down on the space, Port Adelaide. Like the doggies right now working in a phone box when they're under pressure and in possession.
Smith and Visentini, the two less experienced
What?
ones, go at it, holding the dogs.
English has gone forward for a rest now, and Alia's picked him up. It's interesting for that high ball coming in that contest.
25 possessions for Sanders. Long and deep. Fists of line, knocked it down, but English was stalking it. Gave it up to Frazier. Flings it over his head. West.
Whoa!
Flat out down a dead-end street, West. Caught. Ball.
Well, they had 9 inside 50s for no goals. Port Adelaide have had 5 for 2-2. So it's not quite getting it right in the forward 50 in this third quarter, the Dogs.
The other thing Curry was talking about being too cute. Well, this quarter, the handball metres gained. 250 metres by Port, 15 by the Doggies.
Wow.
Certainly using their numbers now.
To the wing. Sanders. Williams. Sanders. Burgoyne. Sanders was content with that. Riley Sanders to take it out. Coming off a 25 possession game and the loss to Fremantle last week, and he's getting better with each passing game. 26 possessions so far tonight. We've got a quarter and 6 minutes to play with. Visentini against Smith. Frazier couldn't find Sanders with that handball.
So Bont down in the goal square having a rest. Trying to just give him a little bit of room down there.
Well, that's scary. Butters, who spent that before he'd earned it. Where? On Francis. Whitlock. Holding free. He worries them with his wingspan, Jack Whitlock.
He's like an A380 when he leads. It just unbelievable.
Got to get some arm chop frees in his time, you'd think. Aaliyah. Farrell. Butters. On track for 40 possessions. Chip kick is good.
Oh.
Watkins. Where? Horn Francis. Little juggle, little bobble. Takes him off. Stripped. Brilliant, Williams.
What are you doing?
Great tackle. Horn Francis normally shrugs them and uses his hips. Really strong tackle to nail that one.
This hasn't been his night tonight yet, Jason, but he can still have a big last quarter.
Another South Australian back home, Bailey Williams. What a reliable commodity he has become.
That was Williams' 9th disposal for the quarter, having a good one.
Down the line, Aaliyah gets it off hands. Plants his foot back into it. Where? Sanders runs out of the area. He blasts it long. Fist of Caulfield. Karmas. Caught. Slung. Kennedy. Oh, he took a bit of heat as well. Frazier. Richards. Dominant in the first half. Has a bounce, takes them all on. Slips it low, a bit too low for English. Burne-Jones mops it up. Jones. Butters. Lie.
They butchered it going forward this quarter, the Dogs. I think that's the third time they've had a good opportunity and found the wrong target.
It was a 3v2 in that one, Roo. They mucked it up.
O'Lear to Ware to Burgoyne. To Moraes.
They got two out in the wing here from the interchange. If O'Lear goes quick.
So he does. Heads there. Evans going to have to fly with Artie. Got there. Landed like a cat and he's off.
Oh, what are you doing?
That was clever too by Baker.
Back into the lineup this week, Oscar Baker. Bramble. And now it opens up for the Dogs with 3 minutes left. Selwood with some room to roam. A bounced on, comes at him. Casually down the wing.
Nice, mate.
Third. English. Not quite.
He summed it up well there, Dwayne. All the forwards from the Bulldogs were running away from him. They need at least one forward to tick up and give him an option to create more separation amongst the forwards instead of just waiting for that long high ball.
Back into play. Smith knocked it down, got it to Ware. Port Adelaide. Williams stands under it. Whitlock couldn't get there.
Come on.
From Williams.
Oh. He's coming up for his 10th disposal this quarter.
Players a little spent. Felt like a long quarter. And Dante Visentini got it up at Dante's peak. Got it up high. Heads out wide to Berry. Took a hammering from Baker and he's got one to the nose. He's okay. Crowd roaring for him to get on with it. Love to get one now, Port Adelaide. Hate to concede one though by playing on too quickly and recklessly. And Frazier.
That's deliberate.
To take it out there.
Come on, man. Me.
So Sweet with the experience advantage. Game 54 against Smith in game 2. Bontempelli held.
Oh, fuck off.
Before he took possession. And that's what the Bont can do. Makes you
Fuck
panic.
off, mate. Holding Bontempelli? Yeah, because he got the ball.
From 4 deep. The fists come.
Bullshit.
Having an outstanding year. All-Australian in 2021, O'Lear. Headed for All-Australian again this year, you would think. If he continues the form that he's in right now. 14 marks, 21 possessions last week. 11 marks the week before, and he's been good again tonight. Frazier to Bontempelli. Caught, slips away. The superstar, centering kick. Norton, was he thrown out? The astronaut went into space.
Gee.
He still launches at him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he did get looked like he genuinely got a good shunt there. Let's have a look on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Doesn't take much when you're sort of half propelling yourself forward.
Bontempelli, Artie Jones, he does bust a couple. Didn't get brought high, though.
Good tackle, Drew.
You don't escape Willem Drew's tackles.
Drew.
When he goes for him.
That was a huge tackle. Bontempelli, you got to kick it to where Bontempelli ain't. And is he within range here to wind up the ball?
Nah.
What's he got in him here?
He might go around on the arc here.
Yep.
Might be just a couple metres too far.
Pulls the kick and Well played, Evans. Stood in the hole. He knew exactly what was going on.
See that set play? They're trying to pull that kick to English. He was onto it.
The two sides are up on the bench. One team holding up 1 minute, the other team holding up 60 seconds. Ticking down again.
What do they mean, Dicko?
I'm confused.
It's been flicked to 30 now. Down the line they travel. Wines. Can't play on to advantage from Mark. Had to give it back to Ollie. Tick, tick, tick. Heading to three-quarter time. Come off, brilliantly marked by Selwood. What does he want to do?
This game, though.
Safety. English under it. He's plucked that.
Oh.
The time might beat them. Hands it up. Baker. Three-quarter time at the Adelaide Oval. It's a no-excuse night. Port Adelaide have lost 3 of their past 4. Playing well. Greg Chappell style, just keep getting out. Just keep losing games. And the Dogs have lost their past 4. Injuries knocked them around a bit, but there's no excuse in this last quarter now. 5 points the margin with a quarter to play. Don't go anywhere.
Ba, ba, ba. I don't want to load that up. I'm going to check in on the Brisbane game.
The Blues have tried every which way in this final term. They've given themselves a platform back after the dire efforts of last week. Holland's brushed a tackle to keep it all going. He set that very high for Cripps. Pitnet. Hewitt. Give the forwards one more look. And Mackay.
Oh!
He's troubled Harris Andrews, hasn't he, in the air? Yeah. It's gonna
50!
corner, you'd imagine. Yep,
that's 50 metres, mate!
So Harry for his 3rd of the final term. They will leave empty-handed in terms of points, but they will leave with much fuller hearts than they came with. And Harry's a big part of that.
Might be about the best part of it all to see him back playing full of confidence and kicking well.
It has been good. It won't be the ultimate joy for that man there, Michael Voss, but they've frightened the daylights out of the Brisbane Lions, and you don't often see Harris Andrews troubled like this, not quite knowing whether to go at the ball or to look for his opponent. Harry Mackay's taken some great contested marks, and then the ability to go back and hit the scoreboard. Oh, what might have been if they just didn't start so poorly.
49
Still half a game of footy.
Points back. They've got to 11. I don't think Kevin Costner could have created a storyline better than Carlton coming back to win. Brisbane they're the back-to-back champions for a reason. Very unconvincingly, they have been able to see off an incredible scare that no one saw coming. Carlton almost able to take that script and flip
11 points. Good fight, Carlton. Good fight.
Hanging on by
11
points.
What a game.
Unexpected drama in a second half of a game that was so ho-hum in the first.
Da, 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 da.
You know what they say. They say play it safe. Know your place. Follow the rules. They'll always have something to say. So let them. Got a million questions you're not afraid to ask? Good. You sound like our type. Curious, driven, impossible to ignore. They say great minds think alike. We say the greatest ones don't. You found it then?
Of course I did. Good boy.
40 days. Pause that one.
So it comes down to this. The Dogs have led all night by 13 at quarter time, 18 at half time. Biggest margin they've held is 20 points. They lead by 5 now with a quarter to play. We head downstairs to Ben Dixon.
Thank you, Dwayne. Well, the second half was going to be a different tale because Josh Carr said we're not going to stuff around with it. We've got to be efficient, but we've also got to turn the heat up. So going inside 50 for the quarter, 14 to the Doggies. They only retained 2 with no marks. So it went in and went straight back out on rebound. So they've been right onto that port and made that adjustment at half-time. So you'll be very pleased, Josh Carr, in terms of their attitude and their application in that third quarter, because you can see with the inside 50s themselves, the Doggies plus 20. So that turns to your efficiency because we're only talking about a 5-point game. So for the game itself, 60% inside 50, the scores per inside 50, you can see with Port Adelaide. So when they get it in, they do score. So the big worrying signs as they just creep closer onto this margin, Port Adelaide.
At least one goal.
Yeah, absolutely. It was they just couldn't find a target. Could they? The Dogs going forward, 14 inside 50s for 1 point.
1 point.
So, they've been pretty good before that, lowering the eyes and not kicking it to the interceptors. So see if they can turn it around in this last quarter. And Port Adelaide, see if they can keep the pressure up.
Well, they can. Digger was spot on with Port's efficiency. Had the 7 inside 50s for 2-2. And Georgiades had that shot from the boundary that snicked the post. So it could have been 3-1. So it's going to be an interesting last quarter, this one.
Looks like the horny one is going straight into the middle to try and fire him up. Jason Horne-Francis got all the big guns in there.
Well, you've got to get your Jack Queen King Ace in there now. This could be a season-changing win for either of these two teams. Port begin the day 13th, 3 wins, 5 losses. Port Oz began the day 12th, 4 wins, 4 losses. Talked a lot about the fact that a third of the season is over. There is a 10 this year, a top 10, which has got to save a few teams from missing the finals, but you want to be higher than 9th or 10th.
It's big last quarter.
Dogs will get a few players back in the next couple of weeks as well. It opens up for them if they can win this. Likewise for Port Adelaide.
Mentioned you see this sweet English battle to see who spreads forward the hardest, because they're both trying to get inside 50 and take uncontested marks. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch as well.
Great to have your company on Friday night footy. Final term underway. Towed off the deck.
Who's the other one?
Every possession is massive now. Evans goes and gets. Jones goes and gets him. Burne-Jones. Farrell. Francis. Crowd yelled to let him know, and Bustlinger.
Goody.
Bontempelli. He's going to get it back to Bont. Kennedy gives it to him. He just floats and he just dropped that in a wheelie bin for West.
Well, they've done in 30 seconds what they couldn't do for the whole quarter, and that is retain a kick inside 50.
Well, you give it to Bont, he'll hit a target, won't he? So it's also who you get the ball in the hands of as well, the decision-making going forward. Bont could have blazed away here to the top of the square, but the composure the man has, he's able to find West uncontested inside 50.
Across the face. Has it got the carry? It does.
Across the face.
Well, the Dogs were spot on in the first half of just keeping the ball in their forward half. So they were pressure, they were right in the drill of Port Adelaide, so they'll need this in the last quarter.
Lie.
These are the kicks they weren't prepared to take in that third quarter.
Almost Whitlock did well, used his body well. Horne-Francis got it out wide. McKinlay, little fake. Richards sends it deep inside 50. Georgiades! Big fist, fantastic fist. Thumped it through Selwood and killed it.
They're pretty good, Selwood.
He's not there, that's the mark of Georgiades. That's the work rate to get back and help Buku there.
Probably had to fight and scrap all his life. One of 10 kids in the family. 7 brothers, 2 sisters. Michael Selwood. Dale heads wide. Just a nicely measured kick to Williams. Turns and goes. 10. West can't mark it. Burne-Jones crumbs it. Horne-Francis, and it opens up now for Port. Watkins. Oh, was that a half hold on Whitlock?
Push.
Takes the mark.
Well, there's another handball in the middle to Ollie Wines where they could have ran the ball another 15 metres and get a deeper entry.
Yeah, give it to the guys played 279 games, you'd think. Well, that's too wide. Port Adelaide will get it back now. Gallagher couldn't get there. Burgoyne. Played on. Oh, great smother, Gallagher. Whitlock couldn't get there. English had the reach.
It's scrappy at the moment. Some uncharacteristic mistakes from both teams.
Yeah, Port just lacking that punch on turnover. They're not punishing the Dogs. The Dogs in the first half especially were just completely punishing them.
Dale was magnificent there. Got it to Butterick. He collected it on the boundary line, got it to Butterick, and now Marcus bonded Pelly to set it up. Richards holds him up. Butterick on the run by. Jones, who's been threatening to pull one of those down all night. Turns Artie, sends it long, goal square, West's down there, Norton's down there, McNeil's down there.
Norton just got his arm ripped down.
He did, didn't he? That's what it looked like. Was he asking for the free? Because it looked like he did have hold of his left hand.
Sweet. Ruck against Norton. Ball hits the carpet and it rolls through from the boot of Will Lewis.
Let's have a look at Norton here.
Oh, yeah.
On the shoulder, wasn't it? Left shoulder.
Hat-trick.
They pay easier ones than that.
Farrell out wide, Aaliyah. Good attack from Williams. 23 games last year, Bailey Williams, South Australian, that was taken pick 48 back in 2015 in game 183. Magnificent contributor. Reliable every week. McKinlay, Sanders right with him. Sanders, good night at the office as well. 27 possessions for him. Marcus Bontempelli, 26.
Looks like Evans might have jagged his shoulder a bit there.
Butters and Bontempelli. Good battle between the two superstars there. Out to Sanders again. Weaves his way past a couple. Sends it deep. Jones! Artie's done it again!
Failure can't cope with perseverance. He's had a crack for all night, hasn't he? He's pulled two off, he scored it.
You've called him all night, Dwayne. He wants to jump at everyone. He's even kneeing him in the back. This one's very lively. It just takes the pressure off Norton, these high balls, doesn't it? He doesn't have to launch and everything. The smalls can go as well.
Look at that. Look at his hands. He just choked at that. Dare I say, Dwayne Artie chokes.
Nice.
Haven't got a goal in the second half yet, the Dogs.
5th season on the list for Artie Jones. A breakout year it's been. For a 2-goal margin. Post.
Oh.
We're going to go with the choke line again, Decker. Aaliyah. Play on quickly behind Farrell. Go and fetch it. Norton cut him down. West! Go West! Turnover, goal! 13-point margin.
Was it a poor mistake? Was it good pressure by the Dogs? Was it a combination of both? Let's have a look.
Just an inside kid. Lee does very well to mark it. Norton with the pressure, get the hands in. The strike rate for Bulldogs have had 3 inside 50s for 1 goal 3. That ball didn't exit Roo, so it doesn't count as a re-entry.
Sloppy by Aaliyah, great by Norton. Have a look at that.
The Harvey Norman replay shows he just got a hand in there. That was enough.
Well, West has kicked the 2-1 from his 5 disposals tonight. Very lively.
English floats in. Richards off the deck. It's at a half forward. Jones
12 goals before the half.
It'll be coming back. Butterick, whose father Craig was a star here in the Sandful.
Yep.
Glenelg was on the Swans list for a little while. Pick 110 back in 1989. Didn't play a game for the Swans though. Been a good pickup by the Dogs, Butterick. And here he is on cue. The half forward to Bontempelli. Good guy to go to. Claims he was held, although no, he's asking for the kick to be a little longer. Drew right with Marcus Bontempelli. Dangerous kick through the middle.
Oh.
Slick handoff. Mopped up. It's okay. Danger averted. Durden hasn't had a big night just yet, but can kick goals in a hurry. To Berry. Plants his foot into it long. Whitlock couldn't quite get there and bustling it.
Like that from Berry on his left foot, just rolls and gets it in there. There's some 1v1s where the forwards can jump at the ball in Whitlock and Georgiades instead of going back.
Slinger had 16 spoils last week. I think it's the most ever for the Dogs. Another good one there.
Yeah, and he killed it. Didn't just knock it down into congestion, killed it completely. Richards can knock this through. So it's an even 2-goal game. No, it's a free kick for pushing the back. So bad error there. Richards. English. So it stays an important 13-point margin. It's still a free-kick game because of that undisciplined push. Hines. Bramble. Hits the deck. West. Got away from Lai. Almost got leg. McNeil. Norton. Bends it around. He's got a little bit too much hook on it.
Well, Port Adelaide dominated the handball meters gain in the third quarter. The Dogs are using their hands to just get a little bit of overlap now, getting over that last line of Port Adelaide.
Kick 1-4.
Oh,
in the last quarter
no.
here, the Doggies.
Lai thumps it. Hartslinger couldn't kill that with a fist, and it got to the back. Butters lurking. He smacks it long. Georgiades in the spot.
What a kick.
That was a beautiful
What a kick.
But the work rate from Georgiades to see Port Adelaide were going to win that on this wing. He comes from the far wing room and gets on the end of it. So the work rate to read that Port had the ball and Butters was going to kick it, then to get on his bike and get on the end of it.
Look at this.
That's how Georgiades gets separation. He reads the play, but then goes hard.
He's kicked 3 goals too. One that didn't score. Could still be the difference maker. In his struts for his 4th. Wow.
That's the area for improvement room this game.
Doesn't like those sort of 30, 35-metre kicks. Doesn't kick through them properly.
He thinks too much at the top of his runway. He spent about 10 seconds thinking about that one.
Might need a big Ben Dixon masterclass.
He might. Bramble, good grab. He had 3-3 in the showdown last week. Again, he kicks 4-2. They might win it. 4-6 against Geelong 2 weeks ago in a game they did win, and he's 3-3 tonight. But Visentini about to send it back to half forward. Ton of time left in this. Port Adelaide was in this spot last week in the showdown and grabbed the lead late. Long launch. Whitlock's up there. Can't make it. Georgiades. 3-4.
He got a coat hanger there, Roo, did he?
He just landed flat on his back.
Bit winded he is, by the looks of it. It's a big jump. There's the replay.
Not too bad.
What a free.
On his bum.
What the fuck, man?
Dale to Kennedy.
Buslinger can just fucking clothesline him.
2-kick game.
That's not a free kick.
Sends it out wide. Good
fucking
crab
load
whips.
of shit.
Back and back into the unknown. Did the umpire say that was touched?
It had to be touched off the boot. That was a mark.
Smith and Visentini. Hines stripped of it. Williams. Oh, gee, big hit on Frazier. He's gone down.
It's that Butters. Have a look at this.
Oh, dear.
Wasn't on the chin, was it?
Yeah, the head ricochets into your shoulder, though. You're still in the spot of bother, but at least he got up. West heads long over the head of Norton, and guess who? Aliir.
So could love another fine.
Is that a few?
Jones. Where? Farrell. Evans.
There we go, guys.
Burgoyne.
Marco.
Switches on, although he didn't want to go on with it. Didn't like what he had ahead. Chips, he sat that on Drew's head. Gets it back, gave it back, little 1-2. Inside corridor kick. And it kind of worked until Lai put it to grass and slipped. Aaliyah tried to get it on the run through. Gallagher had a chance. McNeil out. Hines. Wide ball. Norton in a one-on-one with Evans. Evans, Norton, hands it up. Gallagher went with the soccer. 13 points. 13 points.
Just get the feeling Port have got to take a few risks. They haven't taken risks all night. They just got to cut a 45, get inside, challenge them.
Won 5 in the last quarter now, the Dogs. Porter got 3 points too, though.
Lockie Jones took the step, told to go. Sends it wide. Durden in a one-on-one. Good attack from Ware.
What is it? Over 21 and they turn the game off?
The efficiency going inside 50, right, Roo. 6 inside 50s for 1 goal, 5. So they're scoring, but they're behind.
Butters pursues it. Neil pursues him, stripped him. Did well. Back to Ware. Oh, good dance step. Top roast the boundary. Floats it away. Whitlock got up there. Durden with the crumb. Flicks it out wide. McKinlay. Drew. Marias. Butterick hammered him. Took him down. Did he have pride? Did he have an arm free? Ball in. Fendoff is often seen as prior. Not this time.
Oh.
Smith and Visentini, the 2 second rucks, continue to go at it. Durden, good step. Turn him inside out. Georgiades gets one high. Slinger.
Really good forward craft by Georgiades. He had a defender in front and a defender behind. He was pointing where he wanted the ball. The ball was put there. Really good kick by Durden.
He doesn't look confident, does he? He's looking around.
You don't see him have too many kicks from about 55. He usually takes his marks inside 50, so...
He's got the run-up going.
I reckon he'll make it.
You said he kicks the difficult ones, Roo. This is difficult from outside the arc. He winds up. He's got 3-4 for the night. He's got 4-4.
Come on!
I heard you, Roo.
Well, he just kicks through him, doesn't he? A bit better. He just rolled around on that one. Beautiful kick.
It's because there's less pressure on you to kick the goal, isn't there? Outside 50. You can just go back and kick through the ball. Here's that lead up. And there's that little ear massage. But it was good forward craft in the lead up to that, where he's just pointing where he wanted the ball, and Durden was able to put it there.
Oh.
It's a fair ear massage.
And just to his point, he's at the top
sold
of his
it.
runway. He spent about 2 seconds and then didn't think about it. Just did it.
Kick the kick.
Ben Dixon masterclass.
Oh, we're coaching on the run here, Silk.
It's what you do best.
It's living up to the billing. Tight on the ladder between the two, 12th and 13th. And it's going to go down to the wire. Bramble, arms free. Slung around to the bont. Kennedy in game 150 at his milestone. A roller gets it out wide. Hines flings it. Jones couldn't handle it. Baker wrapped up. Intensity's gone up. Hines caught. Inside kick, aggressive. Watkins takes it on to Sweet. Not your normal run.
50! Not in the marking contest.
But he does well.
Touch him.
Aaliyah.
Just even that intent. They took the 45, tried to go back inside. Bulldogs have
Having
shut
them
them down
again.
again. But you've got to take these risks.
Aaliyah gets it back.
Sake.
Drives it wide though. Baker was
Oh,
waiting for
what
it.
is that?
He was kicking to Aaliyah, but went straight to Baker. To Kennedy.
And the Dogs could get one on the rebound here, and Norton can get up. Got a hand on it. Knocked it out.
English is off the ground at the moment, so
Rampant.
this will help Port Adelaide in their stoppages.
Sweet v Smith. Again, Lockie Smith. Second game of footy. They picked 47 in 2023. Big moment for him. And he gets it back here on cue. Gave it up to Bontempelli. To Richards. Float cert. That is massive. Williams within range, you would think.
Yep, he's got a fair roost on him.
He's had a good night. He's had 19 disposals. He had 10 in that third quarter.
Just like Georgiadis, he can just not overthink this one, kick through it.
He's had a really good second half.
Takes his full allotment of time for a 13-point margin. Grew up in South Australia. Would have dreamt about playing here many a time, and he drives it to the wrong side.
And the distance is
1-6 in the last quarter, the Dogs.
So Tim English, you'll see here, boys, after this, Kennedy comes in, there's a head clash. So he's actually come down here to get assessed by the doctors.
He has got a concussion history as well.
Sure has.
Tim English. So that's a big watch. Richards.
Can't afford to have him injured tonight or next week.
Down the staples.
Fucking hell.
By Smith.
Doing.
Richards. Plants his foot into it, gets it wide. Is it too wide? Norton. Great use of the body on Burne-Jones, who's gone down. Norton can play on. Jones in the pocket. Missed him. Evans.
He saw Darcy Burne-Jones struggling to stay on his feet.
Port Adelaide lost Miles Bergman earlier in the game as well. They're already one down. Wide ball. Fists come.
He's in pain, Darcy Burne-Jones.
He probably needs to come off, doesn't he?
What do you do here?
Oh.
Twisted an ankle.
A little bit of a tweak.
Well, he can't run at the moment, so it's going to be hard to keep up with a forward.
He might have to lay down. They stop play if you lay down. Sweet. Wines couldn't handle it. Moraes does. Drew. Race for contact. Threw it away. Got it back.
And if you're a smart Western Bulldogs forward right now, you go play on Burne-Jones.
Yeah.
Start on him, then run off. Because he can't move at the moment.
Well, again, are they going to stop play here for Burne-Jones?
Yep.
No. Okay, keep going. They gave him the opportunity there to come off, you would think, and he said no. Richards. So it's 17 on 18 right now. Kennedy off the deck, gets it inside 50. Norton, little flick. Kennedy, Artie Jones, good step, back to Kennedy. McKinley. Moraes.
5
minutes left. 8 points to margin. Wines.
Why is that play on?
Whitlock. He was a hero late last week, nearly stolen the game. A couple of big marks. Touched.
Fuck's sake.
On the rebound, the Dogs.
What are we kicking to?
To Norton. Through his grasp. Aaliyah. Burne-Jones. He's up and running. Whitlock. And that's a free kick to Jones.
Touch.
No.
His last possession out of bounds.
There's a handball out.
Just going to be moments like that. Just drop marks. It's going to be tight here. Who can kick the goals? Who can hold the marks?
Is that a handball out of play?
It's touched, mate. He called touch.
Touched.
Smith, Bontempelli. Gallagher. Kick away. Lie. Good attack.
Kick it.
Evans from Richards to Butters. And it opens up for Zach. Chip kick is good. Durden hasn't had a big night.
Middle. Middle.
Quick, you got to go quicker.
Sends it to the pocket to Georgiadis. Within range. And can make it a 2-point game.
The Butters kick,
This is
running
for
at
with the
full speed, wanting to
French.
kick it long, nothing's on. He checks it to Durden. Thought Durden could have moved it on a bit quicker, but in taking time, he allows the forwards to run their patterns, and then Georgiades gets separation again.
Yeah, you don't always have to rush in that position. If there's a target on, obviously use it, but if you wait, usually something opens up, and it did.
All starts with Butters just bursting through the middle, break it open.
Big kick.
He's kicked 4-4 for number 5, in his struts. It's across the face, and it might not have the carry. Stumped through by Lockie Smith, safety first, 7 points the margin. 3.5 minutes left. They were in this position last week, Port Adelaide. Stole the lead and saw it stolen off them.
Both sides combined 2 goals, 10 this quarter.
Oh, Kennedy, a little fumble. Moraes. Port Adelaide free. Port Adelaide lost by 2 points to the West Coast, by 3 points to Hawthorn, by 1 point to Adelaide last week. They don't have a good record in tight games this year. And this one's tight. Where? A wobbler. Free kick. Georgiades free against Caulfield. Or is it Durden's
Downfield.
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 12 goals, 5 before tonight. No, 14-5. Before tonight. He's missed one easy one tonight, so he's probably due.
Dogs have led all night in this by as much as 20 points. This to make it a 1-point game.
Come on.
Settle in.
Settle it.
2.5 minutes to go, so what a great finish. Let's have a look at what the free was for downfield.
There it is, downfield, there is.
Oh.
Who was that? Kennedy?
More importantly, Durden goes back and kicks the goal. Big time goal. One goal 6 to 2 goals 4 in this last quarter.
English still off too. That's a big negative for the Dogs.
Over to you. Lockie Smith in game 2 against Sweet. Ball knocked down to Horn Francis to Butters. They can smell some blood here. This could be one of the crimes of the century here. They've not led all night. Butters on the run. Selwood can't cut him down. He heads long. Whitlock got hands on it. Buku, Butterick. Oh, they can't rush it, but they do. Scores a level.
No.
Scores a level.
What's he doing?
It's the first time since the 3rd minute of the game that scores have been level.
Can they go coast to coast, the Dogs?
Do you take the chance to win it and risk losing it now? Butterick sends it long. Lewis, great hands.
Oh, what a grab.
That's a strong grab.
Game 5, big moment.
Pretty well set up behind Port Adelaide here.
Norton with a couple to beat. Did it catch fingertips? It did. Ball in.
Well, I'd be happy with that, though. The Dogs, they've taken it from defensive 50 just into their forward half now.
Don't have to panic yet. There's still 1:30 to go. You've got to have some composure with your disposal.
Sweet with a big palm down in the Butters direction, but he couldn't get it to him.
So there still has to be some method to your ball movement from this stoppage. You can't just
fuck
panic
off.
and
I've
rush
got
it
fucking
forward
something with
or
storage.
make a skill error.
Hey.
Got the edge in the ruck, Sweet.
Just use your composure
Got
around
to
the
use it
contest.
to advantage.
All the players fully aware how long this ride over here near the interchange.
It's hero and villain time. Who's going to be the hero? Both teams have got some superstars. Bond and Pelly. Butters.
Man, those two up, Dwayne.
Will slap forward Horn Francis. Another option.
Did he duck into it? Is that ball? Is that ball? No. Good tackle
Still
by
plenty
Frazier.
of time. Last week, 2 goals in 30 seconds.
Frazier had it, dropped it. Sanders flicks it away. Richards. 1 minute left. How big the clearance from the wing. Bonatelli the knock on. Richards turned it over. Lai turned it over. Richards into traffic. Sweet goes back. Farrell hammers it away. Massive ball to win. Dale Horne-Francis boundary line. Contest 47.
How good was that? Bale to keep it in front. Horne-Francis not to give a free kick away.
Huge stoppage here. Sweet will try and whack it forward with his left hand. If I was a Port player, I'd be running to space forward of the contest.
Great to have your company wherever you're watching. Port Adelaide has not led in this game. Scores are level. Dogs are
No.
Sanders long. Arnie Jones.
Oh.
A point will do. A point will do, Arnie. McNeil. Boundary. Arnie. Can he get away from him? Arnie one way. Arnie the other. The artful dodger is going to do it. The point.
Stop taking time off the clock, man.
Can they do it? They had one stolen from them last
The bot.
week, Port. Big fists. Back to Norton. Some poise. Butterick to seal the deal. Lewis.
It's
And it
over.
is over. He says, quieten up, crowd. We've got you.
It's over.
Siren. Another classic at the Adelaide Oval. Friday night footy at its best. They deserve to win, the Dogs.
Oh.
They led all night until the final second. A 1-point, now 2-point victory. Brilliance from the Dogs. 10-12 to 10-14.
Unlucky. Commentators just stopped working all of a sudden. You're not working anymore, boys. You done? Oh. Unlucky. 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 Okay. Oh. Fuck. Sheesh.
Will you get a bet tattoo with Brisbane?
What's up, everybody?
Quick little intro video. My name's Harry Westby. I'm an electrician. The Brisbane jumper.
If Brisbane win, but they're going to win.
Are we on?
Done. 5 goals.
I heard off one of the boys at East Sunbury yesterday. They did his podcast yesterday, and he said he's not getting a tattoo on his podcast.
You placed a bet with Fev this morning.
No,
did
not. Did
What
not.
is it again? Carlton lose by more than 5 goals. You're going to get a tattoo that says "I love Fev."
Well, allegedly, prove it.
In Brisbane, they get, or they win more than 5 goals than getting a bet. Is it a bet?
Yeah. So I made a bet, and I will honour that bet. And if he doesn't come through with that bet, I will make his life hell. I will come for you. Will you get a Fev tattoo with Brisbane in a Brisbane jumper?
If Brisbane win, but they're going to win.
Are we on?
Done. 5 goals.
I heard off one of the boys at East Sunbury yesterday. They did his podcast yesterday, and he said he's not getting a tattoo on his podcast.
You placed a bet with Fev this morning.
No,
Did
not. Did
What
not.
is it again? Carlton lose by more than 5 goals. You're going to get. The tattoo that says "I love Fev."
Well, let's.
What is your prediction?
Uno pregunta de predicciones.
I think Jake Paul gonna win in the round of 6.
So it says Jake Paul round 6 by KO.
What do you think is gonna be?
Picked off by Bolton. Needs to get out of the
30 grams of protein within 30.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Probably have a couple of.
Shit, I didn't post that before.
Aiden got called for the foul on a clear-up.
Yeah, and they're gonna. Every time you touch me, I feel energy. I feel energy. I feel energy. Every time you touch me, I feel energy. I feel energy. I feel energy. Every time you touch me, I feel energy. I feel energy. I feel energy. Every time you touch me, I feel energy. I feel. I feel. I feel. I feel. I feel.
Talk the talk. This impressive youngster also walks the walk. He's got both facets covered. And now there is some anger. The whistle's gone again. Brisbane are going to get another free kick here. Cup imploded. The Gobi got to the... Brisbane looking to try and ice this game here. Oh, he went low there. Brisbane looking to try and ice. this game here. It's this game here. Gonna try and ice this game here.
I feel that energy. Feel that energy. Feel that energy. I feel that energy. I feel that energy. I feel that.
Scores a level. Dogs have been
Tapping that ball.
level. Dogs have led from the outset.
Is there anyone even there?
Dogs have...
Why would you tap it there, mate? Was anyone even there, sweetie? Oh, fuck, man.
Game day, guys. We're back. Probably our last footy game in WA.
We got some sad but exciting news. This may be my last game of football all year. Plus, my ankle's fat as fudge, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, now you guys are doing reality TV shows together. Drink at him in the back, so they were like, "Yo, keep these dudes separate." Chimaev trying to prove he was bigger and badder, and I don't know, man. I like it like this. Yeah. It's been a long time since we've had this kind of bad blood and this much in.
But I'm glad that you got inspired by.
And then. All right, what have we got to do here? At least one goal in 30 matches he can play with. All-Star Week. Two Spanish midfielders. Oh, drop back. Score one and Pernambuco Libertadores. That's Vidal. Vidal. Huh? Oh. Get a loan cards get injured. What are you even talking about? But he's got a score. We need to score outside the box with the pots as well. Please help with that Evo. Another Evo. Got 3. Oh, what's the other challenges? 2, Saskia. Oh, $10. Sad. French assists. We don't need Spanish anymore, I think. Don't need Americans. What was the other one? Oh, kick goals with Saudis. Oh, bloody hell. We cooked. We cooked. We cooked. We cooked. Oh no. Oh no. What is this?
Thing. Boom, boom, boom. The sale is in 2 days. So can the adjuster get these straightened out and documented quick enough? Oh, we got a lot of work to do, man. This is a mess. Look at the dinks on this. Yeah, this is actually worse than I thought it was gonna be. I'm stressing, I'm tripping. I'm not in a good mood. You want the real shit? You love my authenticity? Well, you're gonna get it today.
Last night didn't just bring tornadoes, as you saw. They brought a hail threat too.
The damage is going to look a little different.
no.
A lot of you lost sleep because of heavy rain, lightning, thunder, and a lot of hail.
Give me the VIN garage.
Well, one of my biggest nightmares just happened. I got the call that Mannheim, Dallas got blasted with hail. Let's get dressed, go assess the damage. This ain't good. Insurance is on their way. Everybody's freaking out. We got like $58 million worth of cars in inventory. We work on a 3% margin, gross margin, not net margin. You can do the math. A lot of these cars are partnered internally with different members of Give Me the VIN. So they're freaking out. I'm freaking out. This is the exposure of the business that I do. And this is the day that I've been dreaming about not happening for the past 2 decades. It hadn't been a flood I'm worried about. It hadn't been theft I'm worried about. It's been a big hail damage the night before the auction, when all the cars are gathered up, sitting there together. And it just happened. Let's jump in the burb and get to town and go assess this damage.
You're joking.
I got to figure out how bad the damage is, and I got to figure out what the insurance situation is. I got to see what they're going to do and not going to do, and see if they're going to let me sell my stuff on Wednesday and go ahead and credit me the cash back so it doesn't screw up all of our cash flow. I mean, you sell a couple $1 billion worth a year of merchandise, you just take 1 week out of it, and that's, $30 million worth of volume. And then you've got another 30 million coming at you. And then you got the next week. I mean, we've got to keep this shit moving. That day that we broke the world record in sales was the day the simulcast situation went down, and it wasn't I meant to break the world record, is that I couldn't sell my cars.
Welcome to our shit show for today. Everything has been absolutely covered in hail. Our Roadrunner, our yellow drop top 5.0, GTX, GTO, 1800 ES Volvo back here. Sadly's been peppered to hell. Stingray, 308 GTS Ferrari. So many units that it sadly just didn't really get the best end of that storm.
Oh wow, it went right through the top. Well, that's great. I'm not worried about fixing them. I'm worried about the time and the money. I work at the speed of money, not the speed of sound. The speed of money is what makes everything work. Love, family, friends, all that shit's great if you got your business taken care of. But if you don't have your business taken care of, it all comes apart. And you've got to make sure your money stays in check. Oh, shit. Look at the roof on this thing. Boom, 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 boom. Look at this Mustang. The good thing is, this is really fixable shit. This is not unfixable hail. This is not paint and body hail. Not here anyway. Let's look at the rolls. Ouch. That's pretty bad. I mean, it's fixable, but it's bad. We're pushing $30 million a week through the system every week. And the sale is in 2 days. Oh, we got a lot of work to do. This is a mess. Look at the dinks on this. Yeah, this is actually worse than I thought it was going to be. So this video, guys, is kind of weedy. I mean, it's really intricate in the details of what we do. This will be the best video for the insiders on what we really do for a living. Y'all want to know what I really do for a living? You're fixing to learn what I really do for a living and how this shit really works. I just brought this in from the ranch this morning. It has no hail. This is that one we got in Houston, that LS swap. Got everything all buttoned up. We've got the stupid chrome shit he had on the supercharger taken off. These are stainless side moldings that go right here that we want to include with the car, but it's kind of a little bit of a taste thing, so we're just going to give them to the buyer, and if he wants to install them, he can. Look at the hood. See, these CNC cars are great, but big money's in the exotics. Tell me about this Yellow Diablo.
It wasn't smoking. Now it is.
Have you started it?
I have not yet.
This Diablo's a big deal, though.
Yes.
This is our showpiece. If I got to yank it from the auction, change it some.
Let's hope it's something simple.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Did you say smoking out the engine compartment or out the exhaust?
Exhaust. I just wanted to pop this so we can look. That is fuel, and it is a misfire.
Okay.
And we'll see if it's an injector or a plug.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. That's easy to fix. So there's a lot of Lotuses that suck. There's a lot of Lotuses that have all kinds of problems. Air conditioning, windows, all the little shit, gauges, everything on this works. I drove this car about 60 miles, and I was blown away. Did you drive it too?
I got to drive it too, yeah.
Do you feel the same way?
Oh, it's amazing.
It balances. It's
perfect. V8 turbo.
It's perfect. And I was expecting, of course, something to be wrong.
Yep.
Nothing. I forgot which engine is in this, but it's an LS. But is it LS3?
Looks like one.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really tell when they put all the makeup on there.
King of the Road Super Snake KR. This is a collector item. It will never get driven unless somebody so rich that buys it just doesn't give a shit. But yeah, 20-mile KR. Oh, here's a split window. I didn't even know we bought this. 63 splitty. LS swap. This is a Trans Am that I just bought that is supposed to be the cat's ass. This car is a 10-pointer. I've never had one in this body style this good.
What do you mean?
This is a nice one. God, it sold at Merritt for like, I forgot how many hundreds of thousands. This is a $100 bitch. White trash Kragers. Gotta love them. A lot of women got pregnant off of that look. Off of these mags as well. All this shit needs to come off. Permacool, crane cams, Idlebrock. That's all 80s. I mean, this is a Gen 1 Camaro, but you know, when they got that B&M shifters, I mean, pull those out. What, does this have one? Yes! That's not cool anymore. And these wheels aren't cool anymore. But we just sell them, let the dealers take them. I mean, you can still sell it like this. You just get a lot more if you get it up to speed on today's standards. You don't have to go ballistic. You just have to get rid of shit like Edelbrock, B&M, crane cams. That's not the deal anymore. 454, I highly doubt this is a factory 454 LS6. There's no way that this is a factory. I would know we had that, because that's a $100,000 to $200,000 car, and this ain't that. It's good. You want to know what really pisses me off? We got that hunk of shit sitting in here, and I've got $500,000 Ferraris and Lamborghinis sitting outside. I'm stressing, I'm tripping. I got a fucking train wreck on my hands, what I got. What's the biggest one that was hit?
Everything was hit, Dylan.
Yeah.
I mean, this morning, I'll tell you, I drove through, and it was like hell, 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 every car we drove past.
I think we got $23 million worth of stuff here. I mean, I saw cars out there with $5,000 worth of damage.
There's someone more.
Yeah. So it blew through, it knocked the speakers out of the damn back dash.
And there's a lot of glass that's broken.
But just keeps getting better, doesn't it? Well, the $800,000 I've been paying a year, it's
finally gonna pay off.
It's fixing to get a claim on it.
You're gonna get canceled right after.
Oh, there's no doubt. Let's just call it 4,000 cars. How many cars are out there?
There's 700,
Okay.
750.
4,000 times 750. That's 3 million.
Everything's pretty much the hood, the roofs, and some of these, you know, that came in, like all of these are pretty deep.
Yeah, look at these cars. Yeah, they got a CR on all these cars.
They are doing that right now.
CR, condition report. And that is what our buyers are looking at when they're buying the product from us. And it's graded from 0 to 5. That's kind of the scale of the value of the vehicle in this category. Like, look the Altimas. I mean, look at the roof on an Altima. It's metal. Or a Sentra. It's the worst. Because they use the cheapest metal. Man, look at the Jeep.
All these, that's
Send
what
them
I said,
off.
was the further we
Man.
get back.
It was like it was worse back here.
Yeah.
Well, the status is this is bad.
Yes, and glass.
Where are the Ferraris and Lamborghinis? This car was either inside or it wasn't here when it hit, because I don't see one speckle.
Very well could have been moved out this morning
It had
or
to be.
arrived.
These 488s are high dollar bitches.
There's one right here, big one. Look on the side. You can even feel it with your finger. You just have to, it's the angle too.
Yeah, but I mean, look at how badly beat that other stuff is. If it had any, it should have.
Yeah, here's some.
Okay.
You just gotta hit it at the right angle.
So these Ferraris are just tougher than everything else.
Yeah, that's what I said, high noon's a bad
They're gonna have to
time
run
look.
these under a fluorescent light to pick it up.
Yeah, these are just tougher. Right here, some on the roof.
Got it.
Right here's a good one.
That's PDR-able. All that shit's PDR-able. That's the good news. From this angle, I do not see one dent. You see any on the hood?
I don't see even one on the hood. Nothing on the rails. Now this
Right.
one looks good.
It's got dust on it. I wonder if it just dropped. This car escaped it. Let's look at this rolls.
Oh yeah, this is bad.
Is it bad?
Right here,
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah.
Like
That's
here,
body
here,
shot.
There. Yeah, it's hard to see. That's why I say we should pull some up, because when you get them in the shade, you can see them better.
Z28. This is where we do recon. There's a Grand National that obviously needs some recon.
And the hood, look at the roof.
Oh, it's just beat to hell.
We have halted all recon on cars that were here, because we don't want anything fixed before the adjusters get a chance to look at it.
Hey, this is worse than we thought.
We've been in contact with, of course, the Marsh people, and I've also started the process with the captive for the deductible piece of it, because there's a $2,500 deductible.
Is there an aggregate on the per unit?
I don't know. I'll have to find out.
That's literally a $3 million.
What's in?
If there's not an aggregate on this policy, it's going to blow our
Silver.
entire year. An aggregate
Oh,
is
it's meant to be
a
with the other
deductible
guy.
per unit up to an amount like $100,000 or $200,000, and then they pay 100%.
Oh.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think we had an aggregate because I think they took them away. So that means my deductible's $2,500 per unit. So
Instead of
we're gonna be
saving it, he
carrying
stepped
one
it in.
with us. I was thinking it was going to be a little hit. I didn't think it was going to be this big of a hit with a
The wrong one
$2,500
was-
deductible. I got to get this insurance guy here, and we've got to get an agreement before that auction. So today is Monday. It is 3 o'clock. The sale is 9:30 Wednesday mornings, and I've got to have an agreement with this insurance company before that sale starts. We need to get the condition reports done.
Oh,
Start looking at that.
shit.
I need to get 100 condition reports done, and I need to get their inspectors to inspect those 100 cars, and we need to compare and see if they can grade these cars off of the condition reports. And in that regard, then they don't need the car to do the rest of the inspection. They can just use the condition reports that the auction does to grade the rest of the cars. Because if I don't sell them, then I'll have too many next week. And we're not in a market that can digest 1,500 cars in one day. We're just not. That was COVID. We could pull that shit off in COVID. This ain't COVID. The demand during COVID was so high that the dealers could gobble up that many a week. And right now, the demand is just normal. So if I put 1,500 cars in here, I'm afraid I'm going to get killed. I've been through traumatic situations before. I had house burned down. My sister died when she was
Outside the
22.
box.
Went broke. Had a big bank meltdown when I was 32 after my spinal cord injury, and I was in the hospital for 6 years. I had my controller steal a bunch of money from me. What I do is I think worst case
Oh, he
scenario,
stepped
I
inside the box.
hyper-focus, I put on blinders, and I
Really?
fucking go. I go like my life depends on it. And at the end of it, 9 times out of 10, what I was worried about comes out okay. So, we are having an auction Wednesday. We might have to pull some cars. I'm arguing with my insurance company, imagine that. But that doesn't stop anything. The show must go on. I'm going to get on the phone with all the buyers. I'm going to tell them hit the damn gas, double down, buy everything you can, get to work. Because we got to work our way out of this one. So do we sell them with the hail, or do we fix it, and how do we pay for it, and can we keep our business running normally? Yes. Thankfully, I've been paying a large amount of money for a parachute for a long time with the bank, and I have a backup line of credit for a situation like this. And I called the bank. I said, hey, we're going to start using that LLC, and it's a big one, because we're going to have to take this $22 million worth of cars, and we're going to have to park them over here so I can keep normal operations going. Have they re-CR'd our cars?
Cars that were sitting over at Post 1 that got CR'd over the weekend.
Yep.
Those got updated. No matter what we do, Mannheim's not going to be able to update all our CRs today.
Right.
And if we went with just pictures, they would not be able to repicture everything for the sale today. Because you have to think the storm's coming in.
I think 1,500 to 2,500, 1,000 to 2,000, 6,000 to 7,000. But then people are going to arbitrate around that if they get quoted higher than that. I would love to just put estimates of repair. I think that's the best way to do it, but people will manipulate it, the buyers will. My customer is the car dealer. I feed the car dealer. I am Pablo Escobar of used cars. I feed the street guys. They sell it to the households. That's how this works. I work on a margin like that. They work on a margin like this.
I can have Brennan go out and try to take pictures of the cars.
Right.
And we can attach to the CR and you can say hit by hail.
Right.
And we can roll with it.
I don't want to fuck our buyers.
No, you don't want them getting a car thinking, because Mannheim's not able to repicture everything, thinking they're getting a car, and just because of the arbitration rules of running with a picture only, they won't be able to arbitrate that car.
But just looking at the cars in pictures, you can't see it. Some of them you can, but a lot of them you can't.
Yeah, no, you can't see hell in pictures.
No. We helped bring the Dallas auction back to being the #1 auction in the United States. And a lot of people around the country are like, oh, that's John Wolf's auction, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of big wholesalers have come and followed our lead, and it's turned into the mothership. If people buy bad cars out of there, they're going to blame it on me. And they're going to blame it on Rich in Mannheim, Dallas. And none of us in the building can afford that. John Wolf, good to see you.
Nice to meet you. This is Luciano.
And y'all work for the insurance company?
We work for the insurance company. We are also with Denmaster. Denmaster is a national PDR company. We might not be your cheapest provider, but we're a premium, high-quality provider that can bring a lot of people right away. If you bring 5, 10 technicians here, they'll be here for 6 months fixing these vehicles. And in your case, you want to turn fast, so that's what I would propose.
Well, I'm fighting depreciation.
Exactly.
And hold.
Exactly.
I think here we got $25 million worth of cars. Yeah, this is a cluster. This is not an opportunity. I got to make some decisions pretty quick. Do you have any cars that y'all have done inspections on yet? Or did you just do the feel?
We just went out, walked a lot, and they're very uniform. So I'll probably be coming out with 2 prices.
Okay.
One price for 600 units over there.
Yep.
And another price for 100+ units over there that we're taking.
Do you already have a feel in your gut for that?
Yeah, I'll have to just discuss it with Brandon really quick, and I'll come back in 5 minutes.
Go call him and come back. Okay, thank you. The guy that is like the hail guy that works for the insurance company, he does not work for the insurance company. The guy that he was calling to make like the deals with, the big guy, he does not work for the insurance company. He owns a recon center that we send cars to get fixed. You heard that right. The guy that we're negotiating this multi-million-dollar insurance thing with owns a recon shop down the street.
Spoke with Brandon and Ryan Hampton, and we can do this for $1,800 a vehicle. Do all the repairs, save you $700 off your deductible, since it's $2,500, right?
Yeah. So, now explain to me the math again. So you're saying
$1,800 will fix all the vehicles.
I need to know what he'll pay me before I hire you to do anything. I appreciate it. Let me write this down. Because what you're saying.
So your deductible is $2,500.
Right.
You cover that and so if the repair cost is $3,000, you cover $2,500, and understory covers $500.
Okay, so they'll basically bring our deductible down to $2,000.
Is that the same math?
No, they'll charge you the full deductible.
Let's do this. We've got a $50,000 car. I got to pay $2,500 deductible.
You got to just pay $1,800 flat per car to get it repaired. That does not.
I got to pay that on top,
no, you just pay that to the repair company.
Okay.
And that's it. There's nothing else that you pay.
And I don't pay a deductible at all?
Well, that would be part of the deductible. Your maximum deductible is $2,500. Since the repair cost is less than that, you paying for the repair cost, basically.
Okay.
Your responsibility is up to $2,500. I'm saying we can get these cars done for $1,800. So that's what you pay, $1,800 per car.
So this is saving me $700 a car, and all my cars get fixed?
Correct.
No,
not including the glass or moldings or parts. We'll supplement for those.
But let's talk about the glass, because there's a Ferrari windshield out there that's going to cost $4,000.
That's separate claims per car.
But it's not. I'm looking at dollars. Is there more money I'm going to have to spend than that?
So this price, $1,800, is for the vehicles, the 600 some vehicles that are here.
Okay.
The 100 some vehicles that are there, they're still coming up with the price because there's triple amount of damage.
Okay. $2,500 is my max. So now I'm paying $1,800, and they're paying for the repair. But if you think about the money here, $1,800 a car on these 700 and $2,800 a car average on the 100 bad ones. The reality that I've come to find out, the insurance is only paying $300 a car. Most of the cars are under $2,500. I asked two questions in life: how much and when?
Space. We're trying to figure out.
They have another place down the street that we can move cars to.
Can we put 40 guys to work there?
Yeah.
1 month, tentatively.
1 month. Okay.
1 month. 30 days.
Next problem, they haven't had a chance to inspect the cars. We got this classic and collector sale that we've already marketed. There's 37 cars in the CNC sale that have been marketed that are going to sell in the morning. Insurance hasn't had a chance to look at them. They haven't inspected them. But you got to remember something on these CNC cars. Most of them are repaints because they're 100 years old, right? So when you start pushing dents on repaints, it cracks the paint. You got to paint and body them. That's over the deductible. So I made a deal with them, $5,000 a car on these 37 cars, which means I pay $2,500 of it and they pay $2,500 of it. There's 20 more hail cars, classic and collector cars, that were outside that are not getting sold the next day. We're negotiating all day Tuesday, right before the sale. I think 4 is a number. I'm like you, I'm an estimator. So I would go with 4. And then the short ones and the big ones will balance out at that level.
I would go 5, just give yourself a little bit of room.
So I did 5. And then he said, well, I just pushed send on $4,000. And I said, well, then get back and push send on 5. So the next night, I'm dealing with the actual insurance company. He said, well, I got it only approved for 4. I said, well, the recon guy that is with y'all did not have the authority to present the 4 because I told him 5. So now you need to call your guys back. Here's the hierarchy. You got the dent guys. You've got Brandon, who's the middleman. You've got Jack, who is our contact at our insurance company. And then you got the real reinsurance company on top of that. So there's 4 communication levels.
What happens when you put a...
And then Jack calls me and says, hey, I'll do the $4,000. I said, I need 5. So I don't have that approved. I said, well, I really need to sell these cars in the morning. And if we don't sell them, I'm offering you 5. If we don't sell them, they're all going to be paint and body. And it's going to be over your deductible. So what do you want to do? He said, I'll do it, but I want the other 28 cars in that package. So just roll the dice on all of them at 5. I said, no. He calls me back. He says, I will guarantee the $5,000 on the 27 cars, but there can be no supplements on these cars afterwards. I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell these cars the best I can, unless I'm just getting clobbered. We're going to sell most of them, and we might miss a couple. And the couple we miss, we're going to put them in that other stack with the other 25 cars, and we're going to get body shop estimates on them. And I said, you need to take care of your customer. Quit trying to out-negotiate me. And he said, okay. So he started feeling a little bit sorry for me, but I felt like I was in a poker game, man. I mean, I was like, everybody calm down. I've been paying all these insurance bills. Let's take care of me. And Jack started saying yes. But it was just so weird that I was getting hotboxed by Brandon and the other Dimitri guy like they had anything to do with anything. Because all they want to do is push dents. But then Brandon's got a different connection with the insurance company where he's providing the supplements. But I can guarantee you on some of these really high dollar cars, there's going to be supplements. We're going to have to body shop them. Because I'm not going to drill holes all over them. It's not going to do it. You can't do that on big Ferrari. You just can't. It's crazy. Sunday morning, Dallas had 17,000 cars here, and there's a hailstorm that hit. and it's worse than everybody's talking about. I've got $22 million worth of cars that I pulled out of this sale. Everybody that's buying on simulcast in Dallas, most of them know that there was hail, and they're seeing these good cars, and they're worried that they have hail. So I just kept saying on the mic, light hail, light hail. These cars are clean, does not have hail. I do not want to screw my customers. It is not worth it. The Diablo, man, that thing let me down. And my guys didn't turn in the paint bill for the color correction that we did. So when I was looking at cost, it didn't include the $10,000 of recon we did to it. So that car lost money. But that damn Red Lotus, I just can't believe I fell in love with that car so much. And for that price, I mean, it made a couple $1,000 bucks, but I would have rather had the car than a couple $1,000. That Mustang brought less money than what I anticipated. I think it lost $1,000 bucks. I really thought I had a $5,000 or $10,000 winner on my hand, but I was wrong. I'm gonna sell it, but I can tell you I'm pissed off. I really thought it was gonna bring 80 with 20 miles on it. I guess I was wrong. Going once, twice. You gotta try it. You just gotta try it. Because there's been many times when I made that bet and I've been right. The car we bought from the gentleman in Houston that was halfway disassembled when we got it, but the wheels sucked. And I'll
What? Before TalkSport, Simon Jordan had a 70 million plus fortune that he managed to blow.
Failed club owner.
A risky investment taking over Crystal Palace, but why did it even go wrong? We're going to talk about everything, how he created his fortune, how he lost it.
London's leading hotels. 4.2 million. Was that the bill?
Not many people actually know the full details and the ins and outs of this story and who Simon Jordan was before he was ever on the radio.
I'm a bit of a Terminator. I don't stop. You know, I won't stop until I get to where I want.
Simon Jordan, you little no wonder you lost 100 million. Wrong business, you little sausage.
He's right, I did lose a bunch of money, but he's a bit of a Burke, isn't he? I mean, the fact of the matter is we've done nothing but champion him.
As a teenager / young adult, Jordan dabbled in the telephone business. There was one early venture called Corporate Seller Ltd, which was short-lived. But at the time, the mobile phone sector was booming. And he tried again in 1994. He co-founded the Pocket Phone Shop with his partner Andrew Briggs. They invested £15,000 each, and it rapidly grew into a national chain of 150 to 200 plus stores, and became the UK's second largest independent mobile retailer. At this time, Simon Jordan was a young, fearless entrepreneur that described himself as a Terminator in interviews with his interesting haircut.
I'm a bit of a Terminator. I don't stop. You know, I won't stop until I get to where I want. And unfortunately, sometimes that means that staff that work with me either get burned or churned. But I demand my pound of flesh from people. I work very hard myself, or I work very hard at that business. I was the first one in, the last one out. I led by example. I believe that if you want someone to do something, that you have to do it first and be better at it than them before you can delegate it to them to make sure to understand what result you're going to get back. So I just drove the business, and like Gary Player said, the harder you work, the luckier you become. And you know, there is no great secret. It's about hard work and having sometimes a little bit of luck.
In June 2000, he actually sold the business to One2Go, later T-Mobile, for 73 to 80 million. There's different figures, and Jordan's share was obviously half of that, approximately 36.5 million. This was the foundation of his wealth, which he later built up to around 75 million through further investments and ventures. The Pocket Shop expects his sales to have been in excess of 52 million in a year that he sold the company, May 2000.
Decided that computing was, at the time that I was 16, 17, was the big thing. So I went and got a degree in computer sciences. I went into the city to work for Dun & Bradstreet. I became the youngest freelance computer contractor in Europe. Didn't feel that computing was my field. Mobile phones was coming up, and decided to go and start a mobile phone business called the Pocket Phone Shop, which became, you know, Europe's fastest expanding retailer, the country's fastest expanding mobile phone retailer, and a business that built 220 shops in 5 years with no fund.
I do feel like, looking back, Simon Jordan got out of this deal at the right time, unless he was able to adapt, because phones changed massively. People weren't acquiring phones a couple of years after he sold that company. They were just getting them on monthly contracts with the network providers like EET Mobile. So Simon Jordan's stores got turned into T-Mobile stores. T-Mobile ended up doing a merge with the brand Orange UK, and then Orange eventually rebranded to EE. So now EE is where it's led on to. But in the year 2000, shortly after the sale, he bought Crystal Palace FC for 10 million from a Singapore financer, Jerry Lim, who had rescued it from administration. At the age 32, become the youngest chairman in Football League history, and a lifelong Palace fan, he was living the dream. He promised a promotion to the Premier League within 5 years and achieved it in 4.
I went into a dressing room once, well, against Grimsby at home, whilst my manager, one of the players, Andy Morrison, who played for Man City, was bending over and farting at his manager whilst he was giving him a lecture, and proceeded to give the players an absolute full tilt rendition of my anger. And it's the first time and last time I ever did it.
Around this time, he actually co-founded a car magazine as well, but sold his stake in that in 2006. Palace reached the Premier League but were relegated after 1 season, and the collapse of ITV Digital, which hit the lower league TV revenues, added financial pressure. Opened the club, bar and dining restaurant group, sold in 2011. It came a complex deal to acquire Selhurst Park, the freehold of the Crystal Palace Stadium. He continued investing in players, youth setup and operation.
I think 10 years at Palace, from building a youth system that threw out some top players, to getting it to punch its weight, to pretty much being almost in and around the playoffs, getting promoted to the Premier League, and doing it without support. I think I got most of it right. Not being prepared to put up with the nonsense from the agents, looking at the way I changed managers' contracts, that close. My mistake was not bringing other people's money. That was a foolish mistake on my part.
Did you have opportunity?
Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. But the perception of me, as is often the case in the media, is I'm very strong, and as a result of that, I'm difficult to potentially contend with. And I'm not. I'm really easy to contend. I'm very straightforward.
His fortune around this time hit its height of 75 million, but football ownership proved far more expensive than any normal business. The club required constant cash injections to compete, paying wages and meet fan expectations. He also diversified into property, film and other areas.
I realised very quickly that what I thought football was going to be for me, it wasn't. And so it became, first of all, it started off as a labour of love, and then it just became a labour.
Because of the people that you deal with?
Yeah, because of the industry, because of the people I had to deal with, because of the fact that I felt it was going to be something more, and it wasn't. And I realised that really and truly, and this might be an ego, I think everyone that owns a football club, buys a football club, has an element of ego about it. If you're a player and a manager, what a place to be. Chairman and owner? No. And it left me disappointed, because my father had played for that club. I'd wanted it to be successful. Quickly, I realised that the scale of Crystal Palace was never going to be a massively significant football club. It might land itself in the Premier League and it might have a good time, as Steve Parish and his guys have done. But it's never going to be Liverpool. It's never going to be Man United. It's never going to be Tottenham or Arsenal. It's going to be Crystal Palace.
Now the main part of this video. How did this empire all crumble and things go wrong? At the height of his wealth, he picked up a £4.2 million hotel bill and was spending £5,000 on champagne, but things went horribly wrong, which we'll get into.
What's the most expensive bottle of champagne you've ever bought? When you're your height?
Depends what size you're talking about.
Jerry Bowen? Funny suits.
Joe Bowen. I used to buy Joe Bowen's.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. No, that is there.
Yeah, it was a big bottle. And how much did that set you back?
£5,000.
£5,000?
I tell you these things, I think, why in the hell did I tell him?
What's your experience about hotels, incidentally?
I lived in one for 10 years. I lived in one for 10 years.
I know, but you didn't pay the bill on checkout.
I did.
All right.
I did. No, I never on checkout. Paid it months and months later.
When you checked out after 10 years of living in one of London's leading hotels...
£4.2 million.
Was that the bill? 4.2 million quid?
Yes.
Did you touch the minibar in those 10 years?
3.9 of it was the minibar.
The 2008 crash. So he had Spanish property and US property, but it crashed. Millions were lost, including a specific 4 million exposure in Spain. A 4 million portfolio fell apart. He had stock market losses of around 7 million. A film investment of 2 to 3 million sunk with no return. Other deals of 2.5 million lost in another venture. Ongoing Palace funding. He later said he had to inject another 6 million in his final year alone, and the total loans for the club reached 20 to 24 million, plus 2 million more not on the book. By late 2009, there was so much cash flow problems that were emerging. Wage payments were delayed in November and December of 2009, and Jordan had been trying to sell the club for some time but found no buyers. By January 2010, Crystal Palace entered administration after a hedge fund creditor called in the debts. The club owed around 32 million in total, and Jordan was the largest creditor, 20 to 24 million in loans, and his ownership ended. He lost the original 10 million purchase price, plus all the funding and loans. Jordan later quantified that the Palace losses were 35 to 47 million, an accountant's figure of 47 million. His cash figure close to 35 million. He called the administration the single worst moment of his entire life.
You know, I lost a fortune, and it did affect me. And it did affect me.
The book.
Yeah, it did affect me, and it causes an impact. And mental health is something that people don't attach the same value to. If someone breaks their leg, they can see it. If someone's having an issue, and I've been around people that have had a breakdown, I've been involved in anxiety situations and had panic attacks myself, and seen what it does to people. People perceive mental health as a weakness. They see that people that have wealth have no right to have that issue.
The Sun, the Times and the Independent, who gave interviews to and opened up that he had lost his £75 million fortune with at least 40 million and up to 56 million in assets of cash, plus the Palace-related hits. He described losing homes, cars and facing repossessions, plus personal humiliation.
It's easy for like Simon Jordan to come on here and batter everyone, and most of the time what Simon Jordan says is right, but I think even little digs at me when he's on the show, and I'm thinking, come on Simon, you're like a failed club owner. A failed club owner. A failed club owner.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with
Come on, you can't batter me, please.
One thing I will say is Simon Jordan didn't have to risk it all again. When he sold his phone company, he could have just set up shop and been more safe with his investments. He took a massive risk with Crystal Palace, but it didn't pay off, but he had the balls to do so. He wanted to build Crystal Palace into a top team, and as we can see now, all the owners' worth is in the billions of the top clubs. It was always going to be hard to compete. The people was about to come into the market at the time that he left Crystal Palace, and he even spoke about it being hard for him to go back.
I remember when I sold Pocket Phone Shop, and I had 2,000 staff and complete control over it, and everyone responded to me as the managing director and the owner. The day I sold the business, I picked the phone up, I got put on hold for 15 minutes by a receptionist, and when I got through to the department I wanted to, the director of the department told me he'd come back to me when he had some free time. I put the phone down and I realised I'd sold the business. Walking back into Palace after I've sold it would be very difficult for someone like me, because the king is dead. Long live the king.
Quite sad as well.
Yeah, that's life. I'll watch him from afar. I'll always wish him the best.
At the time of taking over the club, he was the youngest owner and built up a net worth of 75 million. But now we see the likes of owners of Newcastle that are worth 400 billion, plus the Saudis coming involved, which he has criticised.
Everybody's got half a brain, looks at Saudi Arabia and goes, do you really want these people, with respect, a murderous regime, owning a beautiful football asset like an English football club? And really, in the cold light of day, put the money to one side. The answer should be no. But that's not the world we live in. We live in the real world. So now we're in a situation where these people do own one of our most beautiful football clubs, and we have to get on with it and understand it and make sense of it and try to find some sort of management of English football, not to lose the value of English football.
Now he doesn't just speak on club ownership, he's actually one of TalkSport's biggest assets. He began his relationship with them back in 2018, just appearing on shows casually, and ended up becoming one of their most important figures. Now, the money around his deal with TalkSport is not publicly disclosed, but people suggest he could be having a salary of £150,000 to £250,000. He provides a lot of value for that platform, so there could be bonuses involved as well. We've seen people like Eddie Hearn even bring up on TalkSport now him losing his money and him addressing it.
Like everybody else that has challenges in life. Yeah. No. What I did was, as the biggest creditor, because of the biggest banking crisis in the world, I took a view that I could no longer fund it anymore, put it into administration and wrote off 50 million quid. On the basis of the fact that I made 100 million quid. So get your facts right.
I apologise. You took the club into administration.
No, I didn't take it into administration. A secured creditor put it in there, and I had to take my medicine, which I've never complained about. And I've never bitched and whined about it. I've never gone about the fighters that run off with me and I invested in them and started crying about it.
Well, you cried about many things. No,
I haven't.
But also...
Never cried about anything.
But you sit there...
A lot of people have always made jokes across the years, and many people said things on TalkSport, but a lot of this was out of his hands. The 2008 financial crash affected all markets and was devastating for more people than just Simon Jordan, and he actually didn't go back to Palace for a long time until recently because of the devastation around his situation. He was once the owner and he lost it all.
Why doesn't Simon go to Palace games? We're all Palace fans. Why don't you? Well, I'm going to go on Sunday for the first time since I left Palace. 15 years. Yeah, first time. It's a Rubicon I'm crossing, mentally and psychologically. I don't want to go in the stadium when Parish is there. I've got good reasons for it. Most people would have the same reasons if they're in my shoes. But I'm going to go to Fulham on Sunday and take my little boy to see his first ever football match and remind him of the fact that his dad used to own this club. So I'm going on Sunday to see Fulham. I'll see Palace at Fulham.
Excellent. How do you feel about that?
I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time I've seen them live in 15 years. Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. So you should.
Indeed.
Something you should have done years ago.
Oh, mate, if you'd walked the walk I had, you probably wouldn't want to go anywhere near football, full stop.
Despite him saying this, it's like he still wants to fulfill that dream of taking over a club and making it work properly twice now, with Coventry's been linked to taking it over, and more recently it was a situation around Sheffield Wednesday where he raised 50 million and both times he ended up backing out of the deal. Maybe he will raise other investors' money and he takes over the club. Maybe it's not off the table forever.
I put together a consortium of people, very well-heeled people, proved up with £50 million to have a look at Sheffield Wednesday. It's a club that I've always advocated for because I think it's a big club waiting to happen if it had proper management and proper ownership. The person that I was doing it with, I'm not going to name him, but it was featured in the Sunday Times article. He's one of my best friends, Sheffield lad, got plenty of money. And I was very keen to do it initially. The reasons why I've decided not to go forward with it is because I don't like the idea of rewarding Chansiri by having to pay huge parts of the money that he has to get to avoid the Football League regulations of being sanctioned again. I always felt when it first came on the market it was nickable. I'm sorry that sounds like an unpleasant terminology. If you look at Sheffield Wednesday, whilst it's a much bigger club in my view than Sheffield United, its footprint digitally is smaller than Sheffield United because it hasn't been in the Premier League for 25 years. The stadium itself is falling apart, hasn't had a lick of paint in 20 years. So it's a really long task, and it's a really big task to get them back out of League One, to get them back up the pyramid and to get them going again. And for me, I owned a football club once. I'm not racing to go and do that again. It wasn't the most enjoyable of experiences.
So because of that, you've now taken a step back.
From channels gutted within months of being acquired, to channels that became even bigger even after being bought by the exact same kind of investor. Being acquired by private equity is the most hated thing that can happen to a big YouTube channel right now. Every conversation about a channel selling out treats it like a death sentence, and comment sections fill with accusations of betrayal, and viewers declare that their favorite